Y'all know we ain't gonna be over here long. We going to our new house, but I figured I'd come over here and let y'all know we be having class on Substack. That's the whole reason we come over to TikTok anymore. We don't even live over here no more. I don't go live for teaching over here anymore. We're at Substack, CERCA TROVA 22. Good morning, afternoon, everybody. Sorry, I was being a little snappy yesterday and the day before, but stuff is changing real quick. You know what I said? It's changing real fast, and we gotta move differently. Good, good morning, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Auntie Ida, Heather, everybody. Good morning, Trina, everybody, Miss Sheeta, everybody. Good morning, good morning. I woke up thinking it was about to be warm. It is freezing. I'm like, listen, this whole day after tomorrow weather, it's getting to be a lot. You know, we just want to know what season it is. That's it. That's all. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I know I ain't got my eyes on. Hold on. Give me a second. Let me put up these donkey tails that we had out last night for Auntie. Good morning. I gotta put these in a safe place because I be knocked them over and stepped on them. That's why I gotta keep shoes on. It's all kind of stuff. This house is not kid friendly. I'll tell you that. When my grandkids come, yeah, I have to put up all the power tools, the knives, everything. Gotta go up. Thank you. Thank you. I started back taking my vitamins and I feel better. I have not been taking naps. Thank you. I have not been taking naps, which is crazy because y'all know I love a good nap. Since I've been taking my vitamins, I haven't been as tired. So, we working that out. But hey, Pumpkin, thank you. I appreciate that, y'all. So I appreciate that. Thank you. If uh if you want to be in class, we don't have class here anymore. We just let y'all know where we be at. We are on Substack now. I don't go live over here for teaching anymore because they be playing. Um, Thank you. I appreciate that. Good morning. Thank you, y'all. Let me put these. I know it's about to be making my ears feel weird. That's why I'm going to do it because it's going to be pressure. But it's all right. Thank you. Um, we are gonna be in our Thank you, Rashawn. We are gonna be. Thank you. We are gonna be in our regular, Bible Gateway app, but we will be looking up some stuff. Since I can't get a window seat and a black brother, hilarious. Listen, you said can I? And well, amen. You know, so y'all niece called me freaking out this morning. Not freaking out, but she was like, "So I called you last night because I missed so many calls, y'all." Let me say this: I be in my own world, and I know people don't believe that. But listen, all of these devices will be dead in here. They'll be outside in the kitchen. I was looking for my phone for a good 2 hours. It was in here in between the book. Good morning. It was in here in between the book. I'm looking for my phone. I'm like, Lord, what I didn't thank you, Pumpkin. What I done did with my phone? I'm looking. He said it's in there in the book. I said, no. After about 2 hours, I came in here and where was it? In between the book. Dead. In between the book. I said, well, I'm gonna listen the first time then. Back from New York, it's 2040 here. Okay. Well, thank you for telling us. And it's 2018 in Ethiopia, so everybody's somewhere else. I get it. Oh, you said it's 1240. Never mind. I thought you was meaning like, never mind. You didn't went back into the past or something. Never mind. It's 1240. Got it. It's afternoon. Never mind. That's what I get for wanting to be a wise tale, right? It's okay. Life goes on. Good morning. Okay, so look. You said young timers be kicking my butt too. Listen. When them listen. And it's about to be. Piglet is coming. Hilarious. Piglet is coming. I so Granny's son, Emu, Edna, Cabbage Patch, and Piglet. It's a lot of them. My mama said they start coming fast. in reference to grandchildren, she didn't lie. That oldest daughter got pregnant, and it's been a grandkid. It's only 1 year since I got to know Joe that I ain't had a grandkid. They is popping them out like. But the same thing was going on with me and my cousins, baby. Once we got that first one, it was like, well, I don't know how this keep happening to me, but so there's gonna be another baby. Like, listen, you about to be a grandma again. Now just be like, okay, let me find a name. I'm gonna just give it a name, them, not it, them, a name, and then we'll move on. What I'm gonna do? God decides who comes here and who don't. That don't have nothing to do with me. You said it's been 2.5 years since I became a grandma. It's amazing, right? There are kids 2.0 with a sparkle on the side. A better version. They're just so amazing. And, you know, their parents are, they're all right. But, like, my daughter will call me. She say, hey, Mom. I say, hey. And that grandbaby is say, hi. And I say, hey, Emo. Like, your whole expression changed. Because I really didn't call to talk to you. Thank you. I really didn't call to talk to you. I really called to talk to my grandbaby, but I'm going to let you think I called to talk to you, but I didn't. I had enough days of talking to you. Not that I don't want anymore, but we've had enough conversations. We can have more, but I just need to have a conversation with my grandbaby first. I heard she rolled over. Her mama said good morning. She said good morning. I said good morning, Emo. She said good morning. Listen, I love you. I love you too. She says it real fast, like quit saying it. I got it. You said more excited to talk to the grandkids than our kids, of course. Sorry, kids. We love y'all still, but not like them. It's a different love between a grandparent and a grandchild. Until you have one, you'll never understand. You'll never understand. You hear me? He said, I have a new grandbaby, and he won now, and baby, he is life. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. At least, I mean, we still love y'all. We just don't love y'all like we love them. That's okay. The cycle of life. Get over it. Hey, Pumpkin. You said finally got a notification. Oh, okay, well, you know we're going to our other house. We ain't going to be over here. We just chop it up over here to let everybody know they need to go to Substack if they want to be in class. Mine are at my house now. I just love them so much. I know. They're great. You just look at them. Sometimes you look at their parent and you roll your eyes, and then you look at your grandkid and it just melts your heart. It's like, I guess if you have to come along with them, I can keep you. But I really just don't. You said what we do? We don't. I mean, y'all made our lives crazy sometimes. Sometimes y'all made us want to punch the air and the wall and you. And the grandkids don't do that. They offer a different type of just good feeling. Grandkids, we're the best thing since sliced bread to them. Thank you. So, we just don't have any negative emotions toward them at all. You all, it's a different story. Especially, I don't know about y'all, but I was a teen mom, so yeah, I went through a lot of crazy stuff. So sometimes I be looking at my kids like, you said, they wonder why we so crazy. It's because our kids made us that way. Girl, we was not crazy before we had them. We was perfectly sane people. And I was a single mom. I mean, a young mama. So I got pregnant at 16. Baby, I was in my prime, honey. Nigga trying to trap me. What you mean? I was listen, honey. I was about to be a junior in high school. Listen, cheerleader, baby. I was ready to pop out. And the nigga got me, bro. I said, what is this? Right after prom, too. Nigga threw a monkey wrench in my. God said, "Nah, sit down." I understand though, because my son is in my ear barking now, talking about I want to talk to you. Listen, listen. They just scream out of nowhere. He said, "Sit down," and did. Substack. Yeah, Substack. So, wait a minute, what I miss? Uh-oh. You said insert hard side eye. You said and not crazy before the kids. No, we was not. We was not crazy. Y'all, the kid, y'all made us crazy because we had. Okay, do you understand? Kids make us crazy. They do. Because now you're responsible for a whole other human. And so that's a different type of thing because everybody is looking at you to do a good job. And you probably don't even know who you are yet all the way. But you got to teach this person to be a good person, even though you might not even know if you're a person at all. You might think you're a sheep. I don't know. Like, what? You have to teach them to walk and talk and eat and poop and pee on a schedule. You have to teach them to sit down and to get up. You have to teach them how to not drown in the toilet, not electrocute themselves. All of these things you have to teach in just the first year. That's not even getting to the second or third year. That's just the first year. Me, mama, you, baby, or whatever your insert name. Say O and A. What? What? Yeah, y'all make us crazy. We gotta make sounds and stuff that don't even make no sense. People be thinking we crazy. Yeah, y'all make us crazy. And do. You said, yeah, a different way of life, being responsible for another human when you haven't learned to be a human yet. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. You said in the teenage stage be making you rip, girl. I could have went to jail probably about 50 times. If the Lord did not have control of me, I probably... I thank the Lord that my children don't believe in calling the police all the time. Because I used to spaz. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. They know I loved them, though. It was only out of care that I did that. And now they thank me all the time for it. It worked. You lived, didn't you? But did you die? No. So you're fine. They be like, you used to whoop us, but did you die? No, you didn't. You're still fine. Moving on. You living, right? Oh, okay. So I did something right. I whooped you into life. Listen, you said I was going to give a kid a Sparta kick beside. You said who else wanted to give a girl? You said barely. Bree, stop. That's about what they'll say. You said definitely was hard on this teen, Mama 5, but I would not trade it for anything. No. It make you good. It make you 10 toes down with everything. Because you got to go whether somebody else go or not. Whether your mama go, whether they daddy go, whether whoever go. You got to go. You got to figure it out. You got to get up. You got to make sure they brush their teeth. All of that. What? That's why women are great business owners. Because they've been learning to manage people and schedules and inventory. The moment you get pregnant, you gotta manage how many diapers, how many feedings. That's all scheduling, and yeah, it's great. Anyway, so you said it makes you a better human. Yeah, especially when you do it right. It sure do, because it'll work some stuff out of you being a parent, honey. Because you can't act crazy whenever you want to when you want to go home to your babies every day. You can't be from the slap a whole tribe and want to go home to your kids all day. You can't be from the stomp a whole tribe and think you're going to go home every day. So then you have to position yourself to always think, what's more important? Me doing my cultural dance, or going home and cuddling up in the bed with my kids to watch TV and make them a snack and we just fall asleep looking ugly. Okay, CERCA. What brings you more joy? Okay. Listen, you said kids for 1,000. Come on, manage your emotions and just being knowledgeable and logical, right? You said my mom used to do the most, but I understand why. My kids make me feel. You said what my kids make little feel like when I'm spazzing out. Listen, he'll take you back. You said you gotta watch what you do and say at all times when you have kids. Heck yeah, cause they can hear it. You can get them, try to get them to say "mama" for 2,000 times. Say "mama, mama," and they'll just look at you, or they might "ma," and then they'll look. Let somebody come in and say fertilizer. Let somebody come in and say fertilizer, darn, but the other one, or any other cuss word, baby, and it's like their brain is triggered to pick it up. They gonna say, "You, what did you say? I've been trying to get you to say mama forever, but this you say?" Oh, you said my parents didn't do no babysitting either, so it was all, yeah, on me at all times. Listen, my mama for a long time, she wasn't babysitting unless she was going to work. That was, or school. If it wasn't that, yeah, you better get this, baby. Listen, manage your emotions, and yeah, you said, yeah, you do. Even when you think they aren't listening. Oh, that's why I always play music in my house real loud so they couldn't ear hustle when I was on the phone. You said I would just admit, hey, I'm new, but true to this, I don't know what I'm doing. Listen, that part. It's learned behavior for sure. Listen, in real life, you said my son's first words was mocking me when I said I don't do that. Hilarious. Ooh, I used to cry so many tears. Like, why you give me these kids? I don't even know how to be a person my own self. What are you doing? He said, I'm trying to teach you how to be a person. And this is the best way to do it. Because you're going to see so much of yourself in your children, you will try to correct it, but not in a crazy way. You hear me? You'll be like, oh, no. Yep, that's me. Come here. I don't want you doing that. And you want to know why? Because you're going to end up hurting yourself in the long run. Don't do that. Don't do it. And people used to be like, you talk to them? Yeah, because I can see if I just act like, oh, they're kids and they don't know. No, this is a behavior that I know is for me. And I can see the pain that it caused me in my life when I felt like that or acted like that or did those things. So, yeah, I'm about to pull you to the side early. As soon as I see the seed planted, I got to start plucking it out or pruning it, because it might not be a bad thing. You might just need to know how to handle certain things. You know what I'm saying? So, you said used to procrastinate real bad. Now I can't with 2 kids. Got to plan and be intentional. I'm trying to tell you. In real life. You said be like kids. You said, hold on, y'all. You said I tend to do that a lot with my kids. Oh, no, we weren't going to act like me or your daddy. Right. You said be like kids. When the last time we washed Wednesday, smell the pits and the bits. Wash it if it ain't good. Now you going to... Right. You gotta. That's one thing we gonna do. I used to tell them kids, you can't come in here smelling like a puppy. Mommy, but I don't smell like a puppy. Yes, you do. Why you want to smell like a puppy that's been outside? You like smelling like a puppy? But I don't smell like a puppy. But you do smell like a puppy. You smell like a puppy. And you want mommy to give you a hug? I'm not going to give you a hug while you smell like a puppy. I'm not going to do that. But what? Well, you might want to go take a bath. And then mom will give you all the kisses and hugs you want, but I don't want to hug on a puppy right now. That's not what I want to do. So, what we gonna do about this? I'm willing to compromise. Yes, you can sleep in my bed, but you can't come in there smelling like a puppy. Listen, it's a way to talk to them. They be like, "But I don't," but you do. You done been outside playing all day too, rolling around in the dirt. Listen, girl, my kids, they used to be in the creek. They was have leaves in their hair. They play for real. Oh man, come back from the park. I just pressed everybody hair, braided it up. Now they got sand in it. I used to be like, I've been doing hair since 5 o'clock this morning. It is now 10 o'clock at night, and it is a Monday, not even 24 hours later. And now I got to take everybody hair down because these kids didn't went and take their set and just poured the sand in it. You know how long a wash, condition, and press with a stove from the iron, not these cutesy stuffs they have right now, will take with a 4 and a 5-year-old? And a 8 or 9-year-old, and it's, listen, because everybody got, even my son, nigga, I was hitting his hair too. These braids about to be crispy because I'm tired. So if I go and press it and condition it and hit it with this iron, the way you like to roll around in the dirt, I might get about 7 to 8 days. And then I have to do something with it. Them girls, them ponytail, listen, Baba's had a big old hair bucket, had to. Because, girl, I used to be like, this is crazy. This is a whole chore every day. Tying it down. You go in there, they rag ain't on their head. You like, I'm going to have to comb hair in the morning and make breakfast. This is crazy. Hey. You said my daughter hair was so long. Hair took 3+ hours doing it and took out that. Girl, I already know. And listen. I had one, her hair stayed about her shoulders, but it was thick. I'm talking about it still is thick. She was like, Mom, I said, I told you. That's why I'm happy I don't have to do your hair no more. I have 4 different types of hair. All my kids have a different hair texture. So, yeah, I get it. Yeah. And everybody here had to be combed on the same day. Because, listen, I don't want to do this. You said, yeah, my baby hair be taken. Listen, I got to get a system together because it was a lot. A lot. Anyway, I just came over here to tell y'all we going to Substack. We about to go over there and have class. We've been in here about 30 minutes. He said, yeah, my grandbaby's here yesterday for school. My arms hurt when I finished. Girls, shoulders, fingers, and my kids was always extra. Well, Mom, can you braid this and do that? And then I want curls right here. And you act like you got some money. Where are you going to pay me? Because when you go to the beauty shop, you can't just get all this for free. So what can I have? Are you going to clean your room? Like, you're going to do my day of dishes? What am I getting for sitting for 8 hours and braiding your hair or doing what am I going to get? But, Mommy, I don't have no money. Okay, but you got service. What can you do? Are you going to vacuum the living room every day for me if I do this? Because what am I getting paid? They used to be like, well, Mommy, I ain't joking. Come on back and figure out what you got to offer. And we'll work on it. You ain't about to just be using me because I'm your mama. My baby said she got $7. Okay. Well, then you better come on with it. You said you want this extravagant hairstyle that you probably going to take down once one of your little friends, you like it, but no. What do you have to offer? And I still do that now. Mom, what you going to do for me? Because I'm not about to sit and braid your hair and then 3 weeks later you're taking it down because you about to get you a sew-in now. Them days is over. You said, listen, You said to her she be doing the most, yelling and screaming. She going back to her locks. I can't take it anymore. Listen, you said my daughter will quickly be like, no, you don't have to do my hair. I already know. You said, oh, my kids pay me to babysit. I'm trying to tell you. Ah! You ain't about to just keep. Life is an even exchange in everything that you do. And you also, you know what you do when you do that? You raise children that understand about not jipping people out their money. Or you know what I'm saying? Or like if you ask somebody to do something for you, you need to understand that you can't just be asking people to take you nowhere and you don't give up no gas money. You can't, because I used to hit them with, they'll say, Mommy, can you take me to my friend's house? I say, well, how far is your friend's house? Well, I don't know. Oh, okay. Well, then we need to add up how much gas it's going to cost to get over there. I'm talking about they little. I don't care. So when you want to go get a burger at the end of the week, you say, good morning. Hey, you can go find out. That is a question you can answer for yourself. Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, we're gonna add up how much it costs to get over there and how much it costs to get back. So on Wednesday when you wanna stop at Starbucks and get the apple cider with the what's the name on it, and I say, no, not today, don't throw no fit. Cause the extra gas money that I was gonna have to put in my car to drive you to your friend's house and then go back, that would have been your Starbucks money on Wednesday. I taught them early how to make decisions on what you want right now and looking further than that. And I didn't start when they was 15. They was little kids. I'm trying to tell you. You said my kids are respectful and very responsible with money. And they offer money whenever we want to go somewhere, right? However you take care of your kids, they'll take care of you in that way. However you talk to your kids, they will talk to you. And I tell my young mothers this right now. I said, listen, however you deal with them in frustration, when they're frustrated, that is how they are going to talk to you, react to you. If you pop at them when they angry or you're angry and you're trying to tell them something, don't be trying to pop them because they're learning emotion and all of that from you. So you can't get mad at them because they get upset and they throw something. Ain't that what you do? Because where they learning? Hmm. That didn't just come out of nowhere. Somebody didn't do something or kicked something or screamed or whatever because that's learned behavior is. Because they're learning how to be a person from you. You said, right, we have to teach them how to control their emotions. And if you're not in control of yours, how you going to do that? How can you teach something that you haven't even mastered yourself? Hmm. You said I had to check my own emotions before dealing with my kids, had to control myself before I can teach. I'm trying to tell you how it goes. You said, and to their siblings, I notice how my son act like me towards his sister, and I can't stand it. I'm changing though. Exactly. Because we're teaching them how to deal. We're teaching them how to deal with people every day. They watch, if you wake up grouchy, over time, even if your baby doesn't, they will start to. That's why I told y'all, baby, Kirk Franklin or some good gospel music that make you want to dance on your feet was going to be played in my house when them kids got up. I don't need nobody waking up in here. Now, some mornings I would spaz, especially if I woke up in my kitchen was not done or something. I would probably hop off if they didn't put the food up or something simple, right? Because y'all too grown. Y'all done went up there and got on y'all phones and went to sleep or whatever. Just didn't do it. I don't know. Okay? Because I used to go to bed sometimes at 7:30 because I've been up since 2 o'clock in the morning. My days was real crazy then. Anyway, he said I started waking my kids up with kisses and hugging them. They better have a good morning and less grouchy. Yeah, they have better mornings and less grouchy. Listen, and you got to think about it. Some kids do not make it home from school, ever. You do not want your last interaction to be you yelling at your kid in the car and then they call you and say, Mom, is somebody in our school? That's not what you want. And I had to start thinking about that because it started being like, as my daughter and my kids start getting in high school, like, Mom, we was on lockdown. And I'm like, whoa, yeah, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all when y'all get home. Not when you get home, Mama. No, I'll talk to y'all when y'all get home. I love you. Have a good day. I'll see y'all later. Right? I'm proud of you. All things. Because you got to think about what the children that did, like, what was their last thought of, if they shut the phones off and all this old stuff, what was their last interaction with you as a parent? That's a scary feeling. So I started thinking about that and I was like, okay, yelling at them first thing in the morning, not the best thing to do. And over time, it made our mornings calmer, just like you said. you know Anoint yourself before you leave. I tried to make sure they had something to eat in the morning before they went to school, even in high school. You said, I always say I love you and have a good day. Hug and kiss them and watch them leave. Yeah. Hold on. This is crazy. My eyes, they do whatever they want to. You said knowing what wants and needs is hard for adults to understand, much less kids. Exactly. Listen, you said when my kids ask me for something, first thing in the morning, and I say, excuse me, but where is the good morning? How did you sleep right? You say, yes. I do set the mornings, especially since I'm not a morning person. We will wake up and praise the Lord, that part. And before they leave, I tell them I love them and hug them, and then anoint them with oil. That part. You said that's true. Me and my mom got in a stupid disagreement. She left, and the next knock at the door, my mom was at the hospital. She had passed. No, T. Wow. I am sorry to hear that, Pumpkin. Did y'all hear that? So it might not even be the kids. It might be the parents. True. That's crazy. You hear me? Because we don't know. Everybody said they sorry to hear that too. You know what I mean? We don't. Your husband, your spouse, your wife, whoever. And I think this is why God says, if you're angry, hurry up and get it right, because you don't know what's going to happen. You think, I'm going to talk to him later, but you might not. On you or them. You hear me? You said I was only 20 at the time and pregnant with my third child. Wow. That's interesting. That's interesting. Later might not be available. That's a true statement. Every day is not promised. So I just want y'all to know I did get in trouble for saying those curse words yesterday. Why I woke up and my page said, "What do you do when you stub your toe? What do you say?" I said, he said, what come out of you is what I said. Yo, what? I was frustrated, and then the next day was like, "What do you say when you're frustrated?" I said, "You did not." It's about 7:00 in the morning. Not you woke up minking me. Don't cuss no more like that. But I want to apologize. I did say please take the kids out. I did say that. I did. I didn't just start going off. I did say please take the kids out because I'm put your earphones on. Listen, hold on. He wasn't happy about it. I was like, all right. I was frustrated. I was. Because it's like, we just going to keep on saying the same thing. We're not going to do that. That's not what we're going to do. So, with that, yeah, he popped me on the lip this morning. I said, all right. You didn't have to do all that. But I did. I said, go on and get the kids out of here because I'm going to voice some things and they should not hear their CC talking like that. But I'm going to talk to their mama and their daddy and their grandma and them. That's who I'm going to talk to. And they understand. So, We had 35 minutes. We'll stay on here till 40 minutes, and then we're gonna go to our other house and get class started. Yeah. So give me a second. Run to the restroom, get your water or whatever it is that you need. I got some juice. I see what my grandma used to, when she used to be teaching like Bible study and stuff. She was a pastor, right? She always had water and grape juice or apple juice, or she liked grapefruit juice, what? Or the Donald Duck juice that didn't have no salt, no sugar in it. The little cans. And I don't know why. Every time I would sneak and take a drink of it, like it was gonna have sugar in it the next time, and it never did. I don't know. Moving on. She always has some juice on the side. I get it now. I'll be right back, y'all. You're gonna need a notebook and Bible Gateway and something to search on. Alright, y'all. Alright, we going to Substack. So see y'all over there. Sometimes this just be a lot of moving around. It really do. Sometimes. Okay. So people really do be using them beauty filters online. They can put them on a whole page. That's crazy. I thought it was just your face. Now, that's what, okay. Okay, so that makes a lot more sense. I did, you said, listen. I'm like, I did not know. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. Because I be like, it be seeming like everybody's skin is perfect online. Do y'all be seeing that? Or am I tripping? It's like, you can tell they don't got on makeup. Hey, pumpkin. But it feel like they do got on makeup. I don't know how to explain it. I thought I was tripping. And now I understand they can put a whole filter on the whole dang screen. So wherever you move, that makes sense, y'all. And yeah, I'll be late, but wow. Hello. sure this coffee ain't hot because I will burn the heck out my mouth. Filters, right. That's crazy. Hello. So, y'all got y'all paper and y'all pen so that you can write the date. You said, nah, you ain't tripping because I'm like, what are they? You said, I'm like, what are they doing? Right? Because I'm like, everybody face look like beat all the time. I'm like, well, maybe I'm just raggedy. Maybe I'm just raggedy, but now I know how that, because I would be looking at people's face and it's just something that is different. I don't know what it is, but it's like, you know what I mean? And now I understand how they're able to do it. Because it'd be weird to me. You said, speaking of beauty filters, there's a new show coming out that talks about all these cosmetic enhancements people are getting. It's turning them into beast. They stole it out of our class? Hey. Who remembers us talking about, what's her name? I cannot think of her name. With the goat bottom. Yeah, hot titty. With the goat bottom. What's her name? Bill. Let me go find out instead of asking. It's right here, girl. I can't think of it, but I know where to go find it. Mm-hmm. Obizuth. Obizuth. You said Obizuth. That's her name. Oh no, that's not her. That's the one with the disheveled hair. That's not her. Excuse me, sorry y'all. It was something like Cardi or something. I mean not Cardi, but Onos Khalees. Onos Khalees. Sorry, Cardi. Onos Khalees. That's what it was. But her name is Belle Khalees. That's why I said that. And then the girl that did, what's her name? My milkshake. Her name is Khalees as well. Okay, never mind. That was all over the place. Y'all please say a little prayer for me. I'm headed into court. Be safe. Yes, ma'am, we will. That's a matter of the heart and a matter of the mind, girl. God got you. He's your attorney. Okay? He already know the verdict. They just about to try to figure out whatever's going on. Just tell him to be your attorney. And talk to the, you know, he got you. So, everybody got their paper and stuff? Everybody, you got your paper? You put the time and date? Yes. Maybe. No. You got your time and date on your paper? You said my devotional from the glory by app today was everything you were talking about last night. I said, are you serious? Interesting. Well, Bobby, this where we at, Pumpkin. It's real life. I want to play some videos for y'all, but I want to get this out first, and then we'll play them. I don't know. It is what it is. It ain't too much we can do about it, but, you know. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Mm-mm. I'm sorry, y'all. Give me 1 second. Because y'all know I be reading on different devices and I be wanting to use the same translation that I used when I was reading it the last time. Sorry, family. Because I'm already over here, but I can't remember which version I was reading it in. Okay. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I don't know if you're going to need armor or not. Get it? You might need armor. You might not need armor. I don't know. So if you need to grab your bags, if you need to grab your helmet, if you need to grab a tissue, snacks, a drink, um, any of that, I say go ahead and get it now. If you can, I would. Okay. And if you just that's what I'm gonna say. Just if you need anything while you in here, I'm about to go get me a robe because it got. Well, I guess I could just turn. Let's see how that works out. You said I'll be right back, family. I'm going to get my hand sanitizer. Hilarious. He said praying everything goes well, and that he does. He said that goes well as you walk covered in Dad's favor. That part. Fully covered for now. You said extra on the throat. Oh, okay, my body is already hurting. Jeez. Okay, I get ready. You said when you start with a disclaimer, we need we need all the armor we can. Hilarious. Not when you start with a disclaimer. You know what? Fine. Well, y'all know me then. You know me? Good. 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 You said I've been crying all morning, so I'm ready. Hilarious. You know what? I love y'all. I do. I absolutely do. Mm-hmm. I love y'all. I love y'all a lot. And you know what? Hearing y'all talk like that, you know what it does? It helps me know that you all have matured so much. Because back then, I would have, before I could even get it out, y'all would have started throwing vegetables at me. Huh? We gonna talk about it. 2 years ago, if I would have said that, oh yeah, folks would have already been throwing stuff at me and side eyeing me. Y'all don't even do that no more. Y'all just get y'all paper out all nice and quiet. Start putting on your armor all nice and quiet. You said, ma'am, good morning. Just wanted to say you thank you. I appreciate that, Edie. Okay, you gonna need your pen and paper. We about to go in. We about to go in. Ooh. Technically, you said I'm driving. I have to pull over. Don't pull over. That's why we record. You don't have to pull over. Continue going where you're going. Why would you pull over and you could watch it later? If you get to be in a class and then just go back and watch the rewatch, that's fine. You don't got to do all that. Not bracing ourselves. You said it's winter time. They are frozen. We won't splat, not bowling balls. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, can you tell me the definition? Let's, on the top of your paper, if you saw the name of this class, I need you to write that down. right? And there's a number of definitions for that word, right? Okay. Did y'all see the name of the class? Okay. All right. Can you tell me the definitions of that word? Auntie, you weren't supposed to type it. Not here. But I just want you to tell me the definition of it. It's okay. Because you might have just gave the answer. Yep. I said write it down on your paper. Because somebody might not have looked at the name of the class. They just came in and that made them have to go look. Hello. And that's why I said just write it on your paper. I didn't say it. I could have said it because this is a thing here. A exercise on paying attention in real life, right? This is what I'm talking about. You just have to know what I'm saying and not say. And I know that sounds like something so simple, but if there were directions being given out, y'all just exposed us. That's simple. Do you see? I need y'all to get this. You hear me? When I say, I need you to know and not say, that's not just so we don't get banned. That is for everything going forward from here. So if you know that I know and you know, we just don't say. But I do want you to put the definition there. This could be a direct instruction on where you should show up, where you shouldn't be, different things like that. And you're just going to have to know. You hear me? You're just going to have to know. Anybody that is organizing anything on social media and saying every single thing and where they're going to go and who's supposed to be there, you want to be defeated by the enemy. Why are you telling your ops everybody who's going to be there? Huh? Find another way. They said there was an exercise we did in school that was a long list of problems to solve, but in the directions it said to stop after number 4 or whatever. You said, and we just watched to see who didn't read. Read the directions or read instructions because they were darting around the room. You said which was in problem 5 and so on. Listen. I'm trying to tell you. There's going to be some things that are vital right now. They are going to be in real life. You hear me? You said I remember. Listen, it's a real thing. Well, I don't think we did that in school, but it makes a lot of sense. And you can kind of see that happening right now. Because what were the 4 simple steps? The most important 4 things that I feel like that God told us to do here to prepare for this time. Let's do that. I didn't do that, but we can even use that for here. What are 4 things that you feel like God told you to do here that prepared you for right now. And they were instructions to listen. What else? To seek and find. Okay. Right. Pay attention. Okay. To be quiet. Okay. To move in silence. To stock up. To pray. Right. To learn. Right. There were a number of things that didn't really take a lot of effort. And guess what? You're not going to have to be running around like a crazy person. Exactly like your example. There were simple things that God gave us. I would say, you said pay attention to detail. Only one, you said may only be told one. Sister. You see it now? You see why that's going to be a vital thing right there? Like that skill is going to be, you might be on a train and God tell you to take your headphone off and just be quiet and look out the window. He might let saying something to where you could be the person that save a whole bunch of people's life because they think you just staring out into the and not listening, and God has fine-tuned your ear. Hello. It's a real thing. You said prepare and share the word, have plans and backup plans, and be ready. This part. This. I'm grateful for the instructions that he gave us. How about you? Yeah, it was difficult at first, but it got easier over time, and now you prefer it. You be like, go outside for what? No, I'm already outside. I'm outside every day, even though I'm inside. What do you mean? I'm already out. You don't know the university I go? No, honey, I've been outside. I'm just not outside like y'all outside, but I'm outside. I'm outside of the normal way of thinking. I'm outside of the normal way of doing things. I'm outside of what this world says is anything. I'm outside of that. So, no, I'm already outside. Just not the kind of outside y'all want me to be. I'm outside, but I'm inside. No. Mm-mm. It's too peoply outside. Mm-hmm. And we are starting to see the crazy bugs crawl out of the mud. He said, don't be afraid to ask questions and definitely take nothing at face value. To Sarah. Who can see how most of the world is going to be easily deceived? Can you see it? You said I'm outside of the box, but I'm not outside of the box. Like the girl wants, right? Y'all see? Everybody talk about a trial. These niggas is not about to see no trials. The one that we all gonna be at maybe, but no, they're a part of the movie. You didn't read the script, did you? That's why you keep saying that crazy stuff. Like, they're not able to do this. No, you're not telling the truth. Because if they wasn't able to do it, they wouldn't be doing it. So then that's not the truth. They are able to. And they are. You hear me? Listen. You said what? What you talking about, Shantae? Hmm. Excuse me. You said it's scary out there and people are acting. I can't say all of that. Y'all can't type everything. I can't read that out loud. You can't do that. Because I'll just be reading it as if you try. That bottom part, no. Mm-mm. But I mean, I get it. Yes, you can't do it. Because then I be said it, and that is offensive. You got to say a different word. But I get it. That is. All right. I need y'all to go to 2 Kings 17, and we are in the New Life version of the Bible. So the NLV. Hey, we in the NLV. Y'all been sleeping? I don't have no choice but to go to sleep for real because I ain't been taking no naps. So when I do hit the pillow, it be minutes probably. I don't know. Seconds probably. I started to watch the 40 Acres, but I end up going down a few rabbit holes, and so then I'm gonna watch it when I make my lunch later on today after we get out of class. Please don't tell me about it because I don't read the description or anything, so thank you. Don't tell me. But I am gonna watch it. And then if y'all want to, I don't know if y'all can watch it too. Some of y'all already seen it. We'll talk about it if y'all want to after. Y'all ready? Interesting. Y'all ready? Okay, we're gonna we're starting at the 5th verse. Okay, we at the 5th verse. Okay, not at the 1st verse, at the 5th verse. Okay, so it says, then the king of Assyria came against all the land. I need you to write down, the king came against all the land. On your paper, not on here. Hello. Just write that under engagement. Write, the king came against all the land. It's going to be very important. Here we go. He went up to Samaria and kept soldiers around it for 3 years. Can you write down besieged for 3 years? Or a city under siege for 3 years? However you want to write it. I need you to write that down. Okay. In the 9th year of Hoshea, the king of Assyria took Samaria in battle and took the people of Israel away to Assyria. He had them in in Hala and Habor by the river of Gozan and in the cities of the Medes. So he took them away from where they were, and he took them to other cities. Took them away from their homes and took them into other cities. Y'all seeing something? Don't say it. Just say yes if you starting to see something. Raise your hand. Don't even say yes. Just raise your hand if you starting to see something. Just raise your hand. That's all I want you to do. Just raise your hand if you starting to see something. Because the same spirits back then is the same spirits right now. It's very interesting. All right. Okay. All right. This happened because the people of Israel had sinned against the Lord their God. He had brought them up from the land of Egypt, from under the power of Pharaoh, king of Egypt. But they worshipped other gods. They walked in the ways of the nations the Lord had driven out from the people of Israel. And they walked in the ways the kings of Israel had started. The people of Israel did things in secret which were not right against the Lord their God. What's been going on since about 22, 23, 24, 25, for sure, with elite and just exposure, period, things that have been hidden and secret and are now being exposed on a mass scale in so many different areas, where you are finding out that the people that you thought were whatever, I don't care if it's ministry, husband, wives, uh, government, actors, whatever it is, you're starting to see a pattern. You're starting to see a pattern. And the things that had been hidden and the things that had been hush hush and the things that you could only speculate or be a conspiracy theorist about, now it's all known to be true. Who remembers us having a conversation in 22 about a lot of people are able to hide? But if y'all really knew what they did behind closed doors, and that's why we started studying the symbols and looking at the words that were in their speeches and songs and the symbols that they wore on their body or whatever was behind them when they was talking, we listened to what they said. We paid more attention, not to the dress, not to the makeup and all of that, but what exactly are you saying? What exactly do you stand for? Because it's a whole bunch of gods. Is it not? There are people that walk around thinking that they are God. So when God, Yahweh, the creator, had the little g and the big G, well, people are praying to all sorts of things right now. They are praying to the stars, the moon, the sun. They are praying to deities. They are praying. Some people praying to the creator of everything. Some people are praying to the devil. People are praying to fallen angels. Some people are praying to their dead ancestors. So there's a lot of prayer and devotion that is going on. But just because there's prayer and devotion going on, don't mean that it's prayer and devotion to the creator of all that you see and cannot see, right? Huh? Or am I tripping? Right? It's a lot of devotion going on. It's a lot of prayer happening. But it's not all directed at the same place. There are people that are praying to Baal and all the, Hathor and the Nimrod and whoever else. They're praying to fallen angels. We know this. Hey. Okay. We know this. All right. It says, they built high places for themselves in all their towns, from the smallest town to the strongest cities. They set up holy objects of the false goddess Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. Do me a favor. Y'all remember how we went and we looked at the squares of our cities and we found out they actually are not a square, they're a circle, right? A key. Can you tell me where, if any place in your city, there are female statues, and tell me what it looks like around the statue? What businesses are close, right? Is there something with children close to that statue? Yes, right? So can you, if there are any females, whether your state, your city, whatever, however, your county, I don't know, whatever is enough space for you to be able to find, you know what I mean? Like some statues, because normally they dedicate them and all of that. So can you go in your city, county, state, whatever, and see if there are female statues and who those statues are dedicated to, like if they have an inscription or something on there, like what it is and why that statue is there, and then look at the surrounding area, like if it's in a park, is it, where is it? Is there a lot of trees there? Like what's there? What symbols are there? Yeah. And that's why you brought the shoes in here, so you didn't do it, and you took the shoes off, and you still hit your toe. Ooh. That literally was just in my freaking... Oh. What do you do when you stub your toe? I told y'all. Stupid. And it ain't round. Oh. Morning come before destruction for sure. Goodness gracious. You said Lady of Memory and Peace downtown. You said in a park for veterans of World War II. Interesting. In Trinidad, Woolford Square has the statues of mermaids. Interesting. And there's a lot of trees in government buildings. This is what we was looking for. Look, does it say her name? Does it say the names of the mermaid? When I tell y'all my daddy be doing what he do. You said just like Mr. Swallowed Up before he was exposed, we talked about symbols here, and I saw a bunch of his church's websites during a class. Interesting. You said Athena Parthenos is in my city in a park. Interesting. Parthenos. Did I say that right? Isn't that interesting? Now, if you want to go on and get like real technical about it, look and see if it's on some ley lines. Remember we did the thing about the magnetic energy in certain places? Lady Justice near the judicial and buildings and schools. Interesting. Ain't it crazy how they always got these female statues around the children? Somewhere close. You said it's in good. They call it the Golden Goddess. Look and see if it's on. Harriet Tubman is in our center, city, Philadelphia, around all the courthouses, with a child holding her hand. Interesting to you? Is it? Where they're located, everything. In the islands, don't kids come up missing at the water? Like at the what's the name? You said it's a Greek goddess Aphrodite and her son Eros. Interesting. Interesting. We have Emily Tubman here honoring widows and girls. Interesting. You said Lady Statue and Lady Statue and Fountain of Eternal Life again downtown in front of the Federal Building Memorial to local military. Interesting. A lady statue in the Fountain of Eternal Life in front of the Federal Building Memorial to the local military. Interesting. Interesting. Mm-mm. What you think? Huh? You said hair follicle snatched. I'm trying to tell you, Auntie, listen. Do y'all see it? You said we have a statue in my city about Civil War and the Spanish-American War with an eagle sitting in the middle. Is it a woman or just a man? I mean, we know about the men. We was trying to figure out where the women statues was, Heather. We know they have the men statues because you might not have been here. We kind of went through that with the squares. Like most of the squares have a man on a horse or whatever else it is, some soldier type deal. But we were looking for the women's statues and where they're placed, and is there like a? You said there's so many I can't keep up. Interesting. Interesting. If you can, go look and see if those are actually on ley lines. You said in Baton Rouge, and one of the churches, they got a statue of a goddess, a Greek name, Hebe or Hebe. You don't have a woman statue in your city? Okay. Did you try your state? Remember I said if it's not in your city, then go your county and then your state to see. Because I understand that some people live in little small towns, so they wouldn't be. So then you could either do your county or your state. You might not have been in here for that part. I'll be right back, y'all. Give me a second. I do want y'all to look at the longitude and latitude of where those statues are. Y'all, that song, Having You There, has been in my mind most of the morning. And I'm very grateful that we have had God here with us to warn us and to keep us. I'm grateful for it. You said in Banning Museum they had Greek stuff around their homes according to the tour guys so they can remember their gods. Interesting. Queen Charlotte in her garden by a school. Interesting. Here we have a Lady of the Rockies overlooking the valley. You said Woodward Square. It is said that site was served as a burial site for the first peoples and was also a place where slaves were flogged and hanged by the Brits. Whoa. It said my phone keeps freezing whenever I try to search Woodford Square statue's name. Interesting. Interesting. Do you guys find this interesting? Because they're not there for no reason. Who knows that every single thing that is strategically placed in our cities and states is there for a specific reason. The space that it was picked to be at and everything. Because they will undo a whole neighborhood to build a park and then put one of those statues or some type of monument that is shaped real weird in that space. And you can't go there after dark. You said we also have a female recording angel statue. Interesting. Interesting. It's crazy how much stuff we ride right past, y'all. And we've never, I ain't gonna say we never, but most times we don't take the time to think, why did they put that right there? Specifically in that place, why did they put it there? Why didn't they move it over 10 feet? Why is it, why are the trees, why is the walkway always looking like a key? Straight into wherever the monument is, and you can walk around it. They normally have steps like a stage or whatever where you can go up and people touch it. They take pictures in front of it, but we don't even know what we taking a picture of. A picture in front of for real. And then and I'm gonna say this, in Indiana, I didn't even know for years that you could go under the monument, and it's a whole, it used to be a jail in there and everything. I did not know that. And a lot of people come up missing downtown, in the middle of downtown. What if they be taking them in the monuments? Because the monuments on the inside look just like the crypt things in the what you call graveyard. Them where they can go in and go downstairs and it's all the family in there and all of that, whatever them things is called. I can't think of it right now, but a lot of them monuments have that type of deal underneath them. Did y'all know? You got to think that's where the middle of the city intersects, so you already know all the government buildings and stuff down there is plenty of tunnels right under that monument. Yeah. It's a reason that it's put there. And if you think about it, in all the spiritual movies, it's always these spirits that are swirling over downtown. And it's normally over whatever monument. It's either lightning hits the monument or one of the main buildings in that area. And the spirits normally come out of the ground somewhere downtown, where it's always a lot of people. You said that's true. Anytime we see statues, we always get into serious questions about them. Interesting. You said there are several gateways to square leading to the statue in the middle. Yep. Bird Girl, 1936, Bonaventure Cemetery. Interesting. You said there's a statue of a nanny of the Maroons in Jamaica. Interesting. Interesting. I'm telling you, those things are there for a reason. Just put something on your mind. All right, let's keep going. All right. It says they set up holy objects of the false goddesses Asherim on every high hill and under every green tree. And that's why I asked y'all, was they under trees? They burn special perfume on all the high places, which is incense, as the nations did, which the Lord carried away from them. So God took the people that was oppressing them away from them, and then they started acting like the people that was oppressing them. Hello. You said we have a statue on top of our Capitol in CT. You said featuring toes, a sign of a woman in power. You said it was replaced by the genius of Connecticut after a hurricane. Interesting. Okay. You said like the scenes from Princess and the Frog. It said June 2020. The woman of the Confederate was moved after the protectors of George Floyd. Interesting. There's a Clara Looper statue downtown OKC, and it sits on top of what's called the Underground City. Oh, a lot of people come up missing in Oklahoma. I do know that. Interesting. In Wilmington, there's a lot of tunnels. You said they covered up because people were going missing. Interesting. I think the graveyard underground may be called a basilica. Interesting. That's funny because St. Peter's Basilica, and that's where they got a lot of the bones they done dug up from around the world. Interesting. Mm. And that show what they got under there is bones. That is interesting. Okay. Well, here we go. That's interesting because they showed is a whole cemetery under there. I'm sorry. It says they did what was bad and made the Lord angry. They worshiped false gods about which the Lord had told them, you must not do this. So let me ask you a question. How many things did you stop doing? Well, there's no, you don't have to give me a number, but it's just something for you to think about. When you got over here, were there ritualistic practices that you had that you didn't even know was magic or some type of divination? I don't think they heard me. Yes. Okay. Anybody else? You said you remember I told you the school that my mother-in-law went to is one of those as well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. You said you don't know. Okay. Anybody else? Okay. How many of you had crystals in your house? Let's just do that. And you felt like they brought energy, or beads, all the different bracelets that was supposed to bring peace and money and calmness and fertility and all the beads. Who had those? Even if somebody gave them to you, whatever. You had rocks in your house. You lit sage before the new moon. All of those different things. You said yes, no. I go to the voodoo lady. You said, and have since renounced and threw them away. Interesting. Okay. Astro. No, because y'all know that God made astrology, right? Have you ever read Enoch? Now, you're not supposed to go to the stars, but the devil took every single thing that God made and used it for bad. There are things that can be used for medicine that can also be used for addiction, right? So it's the same thing with that. You have to read Enoch because it talks about how he created certain things, and Lucifer took that and used it as a divination tool. But God created zodiacs. He did. You have to go and look that information up in Enoch. You said moon water and everything. Okay, tell me where you learned that. Who taught it to you? I have rocks, but I don't use them for anything. I just think they're pretty. Okay. There's some okay. Rocks is different. Like I said, folks know what I'm talking about. If you use them to change the atmosphere in your home, not the decor, the atmosphere, that's what I'm talking about. If you put them there because feng shui told you you need to do whatever with this crystal and it brings this energy into your home, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. Where did you learn this moon water? Where did you learn the crystals? Who taught you that? Witches taught you? I mean, was it a so you just got online and learned from witches? Like I'm saying, like, did you social media and friends? Okay, right. So you just knew some witches and they taught you what to do, or you found them on the internet? Okay, the internet. Okay, internet folks and readers. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how this practice found its way into your home and into your life. Where did you get the information from? You found them on the internet. You knew one. I know that there's witches on the internet, y'all. What I'm asking is this the practice somebody taught you? Did you go looking for it for yourself? Like, how did you get coworkers and friends? Okay. I'm just trying to figure out how you got access to the information. Because you don't just wake up and be like, I'm going to worship rocks. Somebody had to tell you something why you got the beads of the tiger's eye and this, that, and the other on your wrist, and somebody got to tell you what it's for. So I was just wondering where y'all got the information. Or like sage, the bad energy away. That's what I'm talking about. All of that. I went to New Orleans and I visited a voodoo store. But you didn't. Okay. 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 Don't be embarrassed. You was looking for information. You said I didn't practice, but my grandmother used to burn incense or smoke out of the house. Okay, y'all. So listen. I need y'all to listen. Okay? I asked y'all some specific questions. I said, hey, if you participated, if you participated in these things, where did it come from? If you never participated in it, if you, that was not for you. Y'all heard me? It's a specific reason why I be asking the questions I do the way that I ask them. I love y'all, but if it don't apply, you don't gotta, right? Because I'm trying to figure out if a person was doing certain things, why, how did they get that information? Where did it come from? Who taught it to them? That's why I be asking. You said the holistic craft fairs have a lot of crystals and mediums, and a lady said on them was a medium pulling people in. You said, and the lady looked at me and said, "Are you having feminine issues? Are you?" And then she stopped talking. It was weird and emotional. I have a cousin that's a doctor of it. Okay. I participated in some stuff with a Wiccan friend. Okay. 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 So most people found the information online, or you knew somebody that practiced some of it. You got it from a friend or a family member, or you went and saw a specialist about the issue. Okay. I was just trying to find out because there's a lot of things that we do. There's a lot of things, right? There's a lot of things that we do that are rituals and we don't even know, right? We sometimes we don't even know where we picked it up at, but it is a ritualistic practice, and it was started by someone from ancient Mesopotamia, ancient Africa, ancient somewhere, and the practice has just been passed down. And because we're not like standing in front of huge statues and bowing down and doing all of this stuff, we think that it still doesn't apply to us, but there are practices, right? So you might not be bowing down in front of no statue, but the practices of the people that bow down in front of that idol or down in front of that person and what they did, those things have been made trendy, right? And because most people don't really do research on where this practice came from and who was using it and what it was used for, this is how they play in our face with trends, because you will be doing a ritualistic practice that was considered devotion to a deity, and because we don't sit back and read enough, we don't know, right? Just like when a lot of us found out that the mountains are pieces of giants, and so now we, wearing certain rock and this, that, and the other, and you have to put it under this, star or whatever, and it charges it because it was a part of what was already in heaven, right? We talked about that, and now people are like, oh my God, Himalayan pink salt look like meat and this, that, and the other. Well, right? So there are all of these practices. You said I was reading my zodiac and started reading about it, and the crystals and stuff came up. Okay. You see what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that we be doing. We don't even know what's like why we do it. We looked this up with the games, pickup sticks. That's a whole satanic game. And every year they gonna throw them pickup that what they call it. Well, they don't call them pickup sticks now, but y'all know they make them all the different colors, and you throw them out and find out who can pick them up the fastest. That didn't even know that that was a satanic game. So there's all these things that because we don't know, these are things that people used to worship deities and that would be divining. They use these things as divining tools, and we give it to our kids and don't even know. You said, my grandpa passes down to my mom, and crazy things happen ritualistically when it was opened. Interesting. You said, and that's the reason why I don't use it, because it's giant guts. Uh-oh. You said this part. Yeah. You said, oh my God, I played that when I was little. Right. There's a lot of the games that the toy companies market to us that they're occult games. Pickup sticks, oh my God. Yeah. That's a divining tool. It's one of the ologies or mancy, not ologies, one of the mancies, I think, where you throw the sticks down and you divine how they lay. That's a whole divining tool. Like, it's magic. You say, yeah, I played that when I was a kid. Right. But there's a lot of games that we played that we did, like our parents didn't know, and we didn't know that they were ritualistic practices that occult children played, and then even tools used by witches and warlocks to divine the future, to all of that. You said we need a refresher class. It's still on the internet. I don't know where it is, but it's already recorded. We already did it so a few times. You said, yes, the Ouija board. My mom used to buy those every Christmas. You said, I did not know that. I had a whole set. So the Zodiac necklace needs to go as well. You said, I remember using the magic 8-ball when I was young. Yep, that's a divining tool too. All of that's divining tools. Yep. Which is crazy. And those are the things that the witches and warlocks who worship these spirits and goddesses and fallen angels' children and the beings that fell. This is the games and stuff that they played and did. But we don't do no research to know. Right? And so just like with the people of Israel, even though the people aren't here anymore, we be keeping up their practices. Right? Want to know something? Okay. How can you tell? So The people that practice Ifa, right? People that practice the Muslim culture, like hardcore apostolics that wear the head coverings and the all white and they don't wear the quarter links, y'all realize a lot of those uniforms are the same, right? Because I was apostolic. We had to wear like, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? Y'all know the apostolics that keep their hair covered, or the Pentecostals that keep their hair. They wear it kind of looked like a painter's hat a little bit, and they'll wear turtlenecks even in the summertime and have like a bigger shirt over them because they don't show that like much of their skin. Any of y'all know these kind of apostolics? Or even Muslim women, it's the same thing. Like my cousin's Muslim, so she wears her hijab and everything. You said, yes, I was cultured. Yes, we had to have on hats while in the church. You had to have your head covered. They'll bring you a doily and put it on and pin it on real hard. Yeah. You said dresses down to our toes, pretty much. Girl, and wasn't you better have on a girdle and a slit, sweating to death in here with some stockings. Girl. Ugh. A body shaper better, but nothing to be jiggling and wiggling in the sanctuary, honey. He said, I know the Hebrew Israelites have hair coverings. I know some people that do that. Aunt girl, sweating to death. Petty. Anyway, so if you look at the women that do hoodoo and voodoo when they are doing their ceremonies, sometimes it looks exactly like the apostolic clothing. My girl, mine either. You say, yeah, I remember we had to have our hair covered and no skin showing. You say, why does your whole body need to be covered? As like purity, modesty. You said, I just know in Florida I'd pass out. That part. No, because we got churches in Florida for sure. Because some of our conventions used to be in Florida. Definitely got churches in Florida, honey. And they be wearing all that same stuff. That now they might wear like a thinner shirt, like a thinner, but they over there. Definitely just be mad and hot, girl. And then they want to stand outside and talk all day. Don't nobody got time for that. You said, I know someone who reads scripture with the head covered on. Yeah. You said, I eat that pink salt a lot. Never thought about it looking like meat, girl. You don't remember when we did that class? It's a park in Japan. I think it's Japan or China. Like it's literally called Meat Park. In whatever their language is, it's called basically like Meat Park. And they cut it out of the mountain, baby. It looked just like a raw piece of steak, and it's huge rocks, not little bitty ones, huge boulders. It's called like Meat Park in their language. But yeah. And it looked just like a raw steak too, with the marbling and everything in it. No, go look at it. It's very interesting. You said my aunt is a Hebrew Israelite, and she said women are supposed to have their hair covered in church, and anytime they pray. You said I remember that. I stopped using the pink sauce instead. You said look here, girl. Look here. You said I'm too wimpy for this. You said I went to school with a girl that dressed like that, and I'm in Florida, wore long skirts even at playtime. Yeah, girl, we had to have on them thick old stockings in the wintertime because we couldn't wear no pants. Did snow, and you got snow getting in your, man, I was so happy when my mama started letting me wear pants. I'm like, look, now I'm running around out there in the snow. Skirt all messed up, crazy, just crazy. Listen, you said, and when they read the Bible, I don't be turned every which way. You said, I don't be turned every which way when it comes to these different religions, right? Well, I'm just saying, a lot of the practices stem from a lot of these ritual. You said, okay, a lot of these ritualistic practices, though, stuff that the churches and different religions have made like a law, right, is really just from some of these religious practices from a long time ago, right? And they just know that this religion has always worn it, this religion has always done it, But some of these practices, and we're going to keep reading, I'm going to show you something. You said, and then I was shook growing up and started to understand a lot of the women practice and still do, especially in the apostolic. Yeah. He said, I did my study on this, and it says it's a part of martial arts, which is a part of other gods, which really means demons. You said that's why I felt free when I came here, because it's so many rules. Girl, you can't never get to God because of all their rules. We gonna leave them, but yeah. That's why I was like, I just want to know God. I don't want to know all of. We don't wear red lipstick over here. We don't wear. Or I don't care. You said, why could you wear stockings if they're like pants? I don't know. I don't know, honey. And I stopped trying to figure it out. You can wear whatever you want over here, and you can still learn about the Bible. Listen, we just want Jesus and the Creator over here. We don't want the rest of it. All of that extra. Now we do got some rules, but it ain't rules that keep you from Christ. It's rules that help you get there, like self-control. That's a part of the fruits of the Spirit. You know, kindness and all love and all of that, patience. I'm still working on that, but stuff like that. You understand? I don't know. It is. I don't listen, y'all. I don't be worried about it because we don't got legal. You said right. I'm in my nightgown right now. Exactly. We don't care about what you wear over here. If you got a robe, pajamas, some of y'all just be under the covers. We know because y'all be studying at home. Listen, being just woke up and rolled over. Don't even brush your teeth and you getting your pen and paper out. We don't care. Long as you don't go outside like that, we can't see you. PJs and Jesus. If that, y'all be in the shower and everything. So, listen, long as we can't see you, we don't care. Look, get your paper. If you gotta write it on the shower wall while you in the shower and take a picture of it. He said, shoot, I'm in bed recovering from surgery, learning about Jesus. This part. This part. You said, I heard you say my name, shower. Is you in the shower right now, or did you just get out? Or you about to get in? Listen. All that extra. You said, look, just coming from the water and putting my pajamas. Hallelujah. Right. You said, right, I've been in the shower a few times. Right. You said, no, my son is in there. Somebody, listen, this is, look. Hey, sister, this is the thing. I didn't want all those rules here. Now, do we have rules? Of course, because there has to be a foundation and there has to be structure in anything that you do, or you're just a blobby thing. This skin keeps our structure together, right? If you didn't have skin, then all your muscles and everything would just fall out. The muscles keep you good, but this skin is like self-control, right? You get it? If we didn't have this skin, everything just fall out. Just be all over the place. Just be giving it out. You hear me? So our skin is like self-control. It keeps everything tight and right. Structure. That's what we need over here. Do you understand? But it's not rules that keep you away from God. It is rules that help you so that we can learn as much as we can while we're together. It's not about control. It's not about whatever. And I know that I be strict sometimes. And I know that I can do a lot. But it's a lot happening and it's a lot going on too. And so many people are saying, I should have been getting ready. I should have been. I'm seeing it on social media. The things that God allowed us to learn in these 4 years, self-control, patience, all of that stuff. Like, I'm watching people say, like, I wish I would have done this and that. And I'm like, dang, Dad, you really put us on for real. Like, in every area. Like, you really did. You really did. He said, I used to sell the shot glasses made of the salt. Interesting. To my used to be friends and relatives that drink tequila. Interesting. We didn't know no better. We didn't know no better. It's okay. We know better now. Right? We in 2 Kings, y'all. So I want to get to this part because I want y'all to see something. Okay, here we go. Listen. Okay. So, all right. Okay. So let's go back to 9. It says, the people of Israel did things in secret which were not right against the Lord their God. They built high places for themselves in all their towns, from the smallest town to the strongest town. They set up holy objects of the false goddesses, a little goddess Asherim, on every high hill and under every green tree. There they burned special perfume on all the high places, as the nations did, which the Lord carried away from them. They did what was bad and made the Lord angry. They worshiped false gods, about which the Lord had told them, "You must not do this." The Lord told Israel and Judah of the danger through all his men, who told what would happen in the future. Um, do you feel like 2 Kings 17? Do you feel like God sent people, not just me, other people in the last 4 years to tell people what was coming? Do you? It's other people that God sent to say, hey, it's some danger coming. Whether it be a veteran that said, you might want to pay attention to this, a nurse or a doctor that said, hey, I don't know if y'all know or not, but yeah, some stuff you might want to pay attention to. God used a lot of people, whether they believed in God or not. He can use whoever he wants to, and he did. He sent people on every social media, on the news, in the grocery store, in the Costco. You might have been eavesdropping, listening while you in line at Sam's or wherever you at, and you looked over and was like, why are you getting that stuff? And they said something is coming. And you said, right, it's always good to be prepared. Well, you have a good day. You were supposed to sit there and listen and ask about every single thing that was in their cart. Not to be nosy, but God positioned you next to them. He had your eyes focused in on their cart, that it was all this different stuff in there that you probably maybe never paid attention to, and he piqued your interest on it so you would ask, because you were supposed to go home and go looking up some of the stuff they had in their cart and while they was buying it. You said I started to see and tell people to prepare. But do you understand how those interactions, Queen? Sometimes it's not, I am God, I am telling you to. No, sometimes it's a simple interaction. The person behind you at the store that keep trying to talk to you and you like this, they got some information sometimes for you. God can send whoever he wants to tell you what's coming. He said, you and another lady opened my eyes, I got saved, and working hard to stay on the right path. Come on, Verdell. God know what he doing. Listen, that's why I do not be trying to be God in people's life. I need God to be God in your life. I'm trying to lead you to him. That's all I need to do. The rest of that is too much for me to handle. People be wanting to be God in people's life. No, I don't want to be God in nobody's life. You hear me? They want to be I need you to find the answer so we can all get it. Because, hey, you might get it before I get it. Don't wait on me. He might give you the answer to my problem. Shoot, no, get on it. Find out. Let's see what's going on over there. Shoot. Help us. Help us. Help us all learn. What you mean? You gonna wait on me? No, you're not. We're gonna find the information together, or you go find it and bring it back to the group. You said I will go crazy knowing that I have to do the work that God does. I can't even handle it. Interesting. You said I don't do God's. I just want to help him warn his people. That part. Right? It did. It did, and a lot of other movies did too. Right? How many of you feel like you heeded the warning? The portent. You do. You do. You do. You do. Come on. You do? Good job. I'm proud of y'all. Yeah. Okay. You see the benefit in heeding the warning? And then we're going to get back to this. Some people listened and some people didn't. You said, hey, hey. You said, I asked God if I needed a generator in 22. As I was on Amazon and my lights went back out and back on. Won't he send you a straight sign? You ain't even got to worry about it. He said, yeah, you do. He said, it's just now kicking in. Listen. Crazy. Here we go. It says, the Lord told Israel and Judah of the danger through all his men who told what would happen in the future. He said, turn from your sinful ways and obey my laws. Keep all the laws which I gave your fathers and which I gave to you through my servants and men of God. But they did not listen. They were strong-willed like their fathers, who did not believe in the Lord their God. Do you feel like you're running into people now that didn't believe you when you tried to warn them about what we're seeing on social media right now? And I know you just didn't go to them once. Huh? You feel like they were stiff-necked? No matter how many times you tried to show them, they was like, look, I ain't trying to hear that. Oh, Queen said, I don't got nothing to say. You sipping tea there? Yeah. Right. It's real crazy, right? Warnings came over and over and over and over again. You said, my sister today, this morning, listen. Well, we seeing it. This what we're seeing in our day, what people talking about what ain't gonna happen still, it's not new. It's old right here. They be stiff-necked and strong-willed and all of that. Okay. It says they were strong-willed like their fathers who did not believe in the Lord their God. They turned away from his laws and his agreement which he made with their fathers. They turned away when he told them of the danger. Did people turn away from you when you told them about the danger that was coming? When you asked them to watch documentaries about the 30s and the 40s, or about the Great Depression, or even Leave the World Behind, or any of those videos, did they turn away from you when you said, hey, I know, you this, that, and the other, but you might want to just, try to keep some shelf-stable food just for you and the kids, or get some water straws, or, whatever, because it's some crazy stuff coming. Did they stop? Did they turn away from you? And the crazy thing is, you was just telling them, like, you believe the word, and so you said, hey, God said at this time this is going to happen and that's going to happen, and so you want to prepare for that. You said, yep, and they still turning. That part, they still are. Interesting. My dad comes home today, and I can't wait to ask him, you still don't believe in the word? Now, be careful, because they said at the end times, the kids was going to be against the parents, and the parents was going to be against the kids. Be cool. Don't get too crazy. Ask it in a very nice way. Make him a pie or something. You said, I just saw a military lady talking about the water straws the other day. Interesting. It's a real thing. Here we go. All right. It says they followed false gods and became empty. You said we definitely have a heated discussion in the past. Right. Have had heated discussions. Right. Make him a pie first. Or something. A little cake. Like a little frozen something. You said, yep, warn them. And they have having conversations about my food stash, brother and niece. But I don't know how people be thinking they just gonna have a conversation about your stuff, but moving on. That blows me every time. Well, we already made our decision. We just gonna come over there. Who is we? And when did we become French? Because baby, when it was stuck up and put in a little bit of this or that, it wasn't no we then. I was living in Ireland. It's I and this land that I got, cause don't nobody want to help me. But now we live in France. We. uh, Cause I sure was in Ireland for a long time when I was trying to stock up on potatoes and stuff. There's nobody over here with me. What? And now we moving to France. Okay. Real crazy. Now, let me ask you a question too. Um, did you come here empty? Did it? Not everybody. I know everybody didn't. But did some of you come here empty? Maybe full, which is tired of a different life, but empty in other areas. You said yes, very, super, very. I love y'all. No. Yes, you did. You did, Jennifer. Gwendolyn, you did. Diana, okay. T, you did. You did. You did. Auntie Orlean, Samantha, you did. Okay. Yes, it is what it is. Okay. Do you still feel empty now? And I'm not saying you won't have times. You said, yep, looking for a biscuit and some chicken. That part, Mari, a fried piece, real hard with some hot sauce on it. You said, yep, empty. You said with multiple personalities. That part, okay. You said you don't feel empty now? Not at all. Not even after the loss, I feel out. You said after the loss, I feel out. Not after the loss, I feel love. Okay. You said even after the loss, I feel love. Y'all bear with me. You said not at all. Not learning here more every day. No. Okay. You said sometimes, right? You said, oh, I'm hungry as we speak. Me too. And he just made me think about getting the Popeyes, like 3-piece or something. I normally just buy the family meal for myself so I can eat on it for 3 days, and then I'll take that other chicken and make it into some kind of Spanish dish or casserole. The breasts, I'm just gonna cut them down, and I might just go and do that today. What's today? Wednesday. That'll take me, yeah, Thursday and Friday. I probably am gonna do it. Thank you, Mari. Cause some red beans and rice sound real good. Come and give me a family meal. You said yes the way my mouth just watered when you said Popeyes. Girl, because when he said it just show, I could see a wing in my future. You said I love y'all hungry selves too. Can't you see a wing? I felt confused, and now things are becoming more clear. Come on. Mm-mm. You said put some carne asada on it. Says with some tortillas. Listen, red beans and rice, right? And you gotta dip your crispy chicken skin in it. Let me stop. Okay, come on. Let's go. All right. It said they followed false gods and became empty. You said yes. Give me a good flat, girl. Girl. Now I want some fried chicken. Right. Right. Okay. Come on, y'all. Okay. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Let's get back to class. So can I ask you a question to those of you that feel like you came here empty? Were you following the prosperity doctrine? You said I made my red beans and rice from scratch, and and made some cornbread. I bet it was good. 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 I know it was probably real good. Real seasoned. It probably had your hair smelling real good. I can't make a lot though, because I ain't gonna eat it at all. Like I made, what did I some ribs, and then I had made some baked pork chops. They was fired up with pepper steak, basically, baby. Over the mashed potatoes, I was like, "Ooh," I forgot sometimes I could cook. At one point, yes. Okay. So do you feel like you said I think I was following a little bit of with everything, just confused. Okay. I was half in and half out. What I mean by that, okay, so maybe let me clarify a little bit more. Because I asked you, when you came here, where you did you feel empty in areas, right? And then I asked you if those areas, if you still feel empty, right? What changed in your walk with God? Because most of y'all start was Christians before you got here. You said email me your plate. Your email you a plate guy. Huh? You said no, but don't. Right? The knowledge changed. So that's what filled you up. Okay, as we still, I think some of it is going low. The truth, knowledge. Okay. I got a relationship and started truly learning. My eyes became open. Okay. Learning the truth about myself and how I look and smell to him. Baby, listen. Okay. I just wanted to know. And the reason I say that is because I felt the same thing. I was going to church every Sunday, every Tuesday. Y'all, I was there cleaning the church. I was there on Saturday helping do all the stuff. And I still felt empty all the time. And I was, memorizing my scripture and, yelling at people in the face about how they didn't know they was going to hell. And there was only one God. And if you wasn't baptized according to Acts 2 and 38, baby, you was going to hell. You hear me? But I was empty on the inside. And I used to be looking at the people in the world like, they don't do all of this, and yet they have the joy that we supposed to have. You said once I came here, everything made so much sense, made me kick myself in the behind for not following directions. Listen, my scales were removed from my eyes, and my heart softened after coming here. That makes me excited. It does. You said learning the you said having this family helps a lot too. I don't fall off as much. And I know I'm not alone. Who else don't fall off as much? Hello. Hello. You said more understanding and more unity. Come on. You said, oh, sorry, I missed the whole part. See the whole world revealed and also used in context with the signs and miracles to show it in the same setting and same country. More understanding and unity. Listen. You said the light came on when I came here, filled in the blanks, all the questions I had, but I didn't know where to look. You said I was on the fast track to hell and didn't have a clue. Listen. You said you make the Bible fun, and I learned more here. Listen, I just the reason you said our relationship got tenser and intentionally and more intimately. Okay. You got a better understanding. Your eyes are open more. You said, okay. So much understanding. I kind of want to cry right now. Do it. It's okay. Listen. I've changed so much, and no others are happy because they will get the business. You said I've learned more here than all my years. Well, Big Love, that makes me excited. This is the thing. I just wanted to understand because a lot of times, y'all, when we chasing after idols, whether it be what we think our life should look like, or what we want in life, most times we are chasing something, right? And we're chasing that thing or idolizing that thing. You said do it, stinky muffin, right? Listen, stinky muffin, come on. We are chasing an ideal life that we want, a career, a relationship, whatever it is, and that thing becomes an idol to us. It could even be a position in the church or a position in whatever else, right? You said the life of Adam and Eve changed my life because they were just like me and God never gave up on him. That part. But think about it. But once God became genuinely, first of all, we realized that none of the answers were going to come unless he gave them to us, right? But we also had to learn about him to understand ourselves, right? That's the thing. How do you feel full now? Some of you don't go to church. How do you feel full now and nobody is forcing you to read anything? Nobody is making you, like, you literally want to go. You literally want to understand. You literally want God to talk to you. But most times, right, the only time we talk to him is when we wanted something or we wanted him to change a situation. But we didn't talk to him just like, hey, Dad, how was your day? You know, let me tell you about what's going on with my day. No, no, no. He didn't get none of that. Right? And so then we only went to him when we needed something, which means those things weren't going to last. So we weren't getting filled up with the knowledge and the faith or whatever it is that we were looking for, or the feeling of being loved. Well, if you only see me when you're in trouble, you'll never know if I love you or not, because you don't interact with me enough to know that my love is not just superficial for you, right? You said we were users and pimps, Mari. Listen, I'm trying to tell you. You said I'd be so anxious to read my books. And seek and find. I'm just saying, how you won't know if I love you if you're not around me. Y'all, okay? Y'all didn't know if I loved y'all when I first met y'all. We talk about this all the time, but I still told you I love y'all because I said I know I don't know all of y'all, but I love y'all already. That's what I'm telling you. What I'm telling you, but y'all didn't know that. But the more time that you spent with me, you can tell if I love you or not, right? There's things y'all know about me today that y'all didn't know about, and not my business. Y'all know me. Y'all know when I'm angry. Y'all know when I'm trying not to go off on somebody. Y'all know when I'm ignoring somebody. Y'all know when I'm irritated. Y'all know all of it. Y'all know when I'm feeling playful. Y'all know when, y'all know. You said I didn't know if I loved you in the beginning. Girl, no. It took you a while. Don't nobody care. I already loved you. And you didn't have no problem coming in here and messing up my stuff and knocking stuff off the desk and coming back tomorrow like a toddler doing the same thing. Come in here and knock everything off the desk just trying to grab stuff. Ain't taller than nothing. Can't see over the thing. Just knocking my stuff off and then just hurry up and run out and close the door. You said, yes, it takes a little while. Oh, I know. Oh, I know. I know. Listen, you said, Keisha, now I absolutely love her, and I absolutely love you too, and everybody else in here. You said, I put what you said and what you did together, and they both married each other every day that I saw you. Interesting. Thank you. You said, what really got me is when you told me you love me, I had to look twice at you, but then I started doing it, and it feels good now, that part. Thank you. This is the thing. One of the main things that God asks us to do is love people. It really don't cost much, right? Now sometimes it could be heartache involved, but it don't. Love is like free, right? I must like abuse. I've been here since day one and I haven't left. Hilarious. I am not abusive. I'm 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 kind of I'm not abusive. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep telling people that. Look, let me cover my ears. Mm-mm. We're not gonna do that. We're not. I told you all you were in boot camp, not fluffy camp. Who you go to boot camp to get ready for raw. Look at you said look at yourself in the mirror and say you're not abusive and see if you laugh at yourself. You know what? You sound like your niece. No, for real though. Okay. Since y'all want to be so crazy, are you about to have to go to raw right now? Maybe even in your own neighborhood? It looks like the boot camp came right on time. Hello. I cried a couple times, but I stayed beside you. Hilarious! Attention, niggas. Attention. I don't know nothing past that. Put your arms down on your side. At ease, niggas. I want to tell you all have done. Wait, look. This is my army stuff. I don't got my patch on. I need to put it on. We'll do it. Oh, wait. No, I do got some. Hold on. We got to get this in at least once. We ain't did nothing in a while. Come on. Where you at in here? Oh, are you in the other one? Oh, my goodness. It's his. What is it? Oh, I don't want to pull all of this stuff. Okay, we might not be doing it because I want to put on this thing, but I ain't got to dig all that out. Oh, I can use this. Here we go. Might as well. This will work. I ain't about to do all that extra. Put this on right here. Yep. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Good evening, cadets. I want to tell you about the last 4 years of this here WOIU boot camp. You all came in here jellyback Christians. But now, you are well-trained soldiers of the Lord. I was worried about a few of you. Some of you, I didn't know if you were going to make it. But soldier, you're ready. Some of you ran back when it was time to go over the wall. And you thought we weren't going to catch you sneaking around the side. But we did, and you got over. After very many tries. You got over? You got over. Now you all are ready and prepared for the task ahead to go on and be the soldiers I knew you could be. It was rough. Some of you almost gave up, but look at you. You've been transformed into soldiers of the Lord. As your commander-in-chief, I'm going to sign off. Let's get ready. That's how I'm feeling about right now. You hear me? It's time to go, niggas. It's time to go. It's go time. You hear me? It was rough for y'all. Y'all wanted to drop out and cry and stuff. Listen, but you're ready. That's right. That's right. You're ready. It was necessary. You had to be trained and conditioned. You said I got on the wrong dang bus again. You said I noticed a couple days ago that our little local airport has military. No, you can't type that. Nope. You gotta say something else, or I will be blocking folks coming up for my class, y'all. No. And then your comments just won't show up. You cannot type words like that here anymore. You said I thought about dropping out this morning, honestly, but I'm here. Not this morning! How you gonna get to the gym? We at the front lines now! Yeah, absolutely not. You go AWOL, we come looking for you, nigga. And if we got to tie you up, we will. We are not against. You'll come back like this. They be talking about, is that why? She'll be all right tomorrow. Give her something to drink. I know. Just give her something to drink. Give her a little snack. Mari, go spin her up in your web. She'll come down tomorrow. We are not against bringing. Mari got webs. They shoot far. Try to leave if you want to. Listen, you said it was the attention to detail, the cultivated teachings and skits tailored to the people that needed it the most. The tears and the warfare the teacher did individually and corporately for her students. Oh, Mari. Say less. I'll get the legs and the hair first. Thanks. You do not get. You can't shake us, girl. We is WOIU. You can't shake us, girl. We will come looking for you. Mari, hit her with the. What you mean? Girl, please. You said I got fire tomatoes. I'm trying to tell you where you was going. Nigga, and we need you to make all our glow in the dark stuff so that we know when we see it. If you don't sit down, you don't get to leave that easy. No. She said I was thinking about. You said I was just stay in the back of the class. Listen. Mari got webs for anybody that thinking they about to go AWOL now that we here. You said her getaway car already including the steering wheel. Come on, wrapped it up and did. Where is you going? Girl, we love you. No. Look, Nate said, Auntie, sit down. Sit down. We can barricade the door like this. It'll get better, I promise. It'll get better. Just calm down. Somebody give her a snack. Listen, we love you. This the thing, y'all. I know I popped off yesterday, and we ain't even got to what we gonna get to. But can I play something? Just so y'all know it wasn't just me fussing at y'all. And I didn't want to do these until after, but we'll get back to the scripture. Do y'all want to hear something? Yeah. I was gonna wait, but I'm gonna go ahead. Not my phone on 3%, baby. When I tell y'all stuff don't be what it's gonna be over here, everything be on under 50. Okay. I said, this sounds familiar, but I'm just hold on to it. Let me see. Here we go. Get to the point here pretty soon where they're gonna start asking you to snitch on your neighbors. They're gonna get to the point here pretty soon where they're gonna start asking you to snitch on your neighbors. Yeah, because we're the Proud Boys. We're the Oath Keepers. Those are the Frozen Boys. They're gonna start asking you to start snitching on your neighbors. Because this is a massive operation. If they have to go door to door to every house in America, no, they're not going to do that, right? They're going to start figuring out what neighborhoods that they want to hit or whatever. But they are going to get to a point where they're going to need some help, and they're going to ask you to snitch on your neighbors. If ever there was a time where you would look back at Nazi Germany and you're like, oh, I would hide people, I would never. We're about to find out in real time, honestly. Now, all that to say, understand who you have around you. Understand who you have around you. Understand that there's going to be some conversations that you can't have with some people anymore because you don't know if they're going to be a snitch. You don't know what kind of questions they're going to start asking people. One thing about it, self-preservation is going to kick in hard for a lot of people. Typically the people that didn't think that any of this was going on, they thought everything was fine, and then once it shows up on their doorstep, hey, we want to ask you some questions. They're going to fold like a lawn chair. Understand who's in your circle.
understand who you can have certain conversations with. Understand that they want you to start snitching. And you have to figure out where you at with it. Now, those groups that have just become the Froyo boys, they're doing this purely out of the hate and fear out of their hearts, right? They figure the thing that they have to lose is their nation. They don't want it to look about anything except for this right here. If you fall outside of that, if you like anybody that falls outside of that,
what y'all think? Did we talk about it? And not just last year. This is one of the first things we talked about. Disaster preparation. So sis, auntie, cousin was not being mean when she was trying to tell girl. And she just posted this yesterday. I said, oh, well, I'm going to let somebody up because y'all be thinking I be just going off and in here yelling. She said it nice and calm, so I figured that'll be a little bit easier to stomach. Do you understand why I have been begging people not to say certain things? To learn, to read the room, to understand who you supposed to talk to, who you ain't. If that person make you snap your neck back at some of the stuff they do, you might not want to be around them. Huh? For real. Start making you ain't got to make it super obvious, subtle changes to less times of talking to them and less times of allowing them to know your schedule. All of these things are going to be vital, y'all. You hear me? Hey. That took everyone around me, including my parents. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's get back to this. I be needing y'all to understand. Strategic movement, conversations, all of that stuff is going to be life-saving right now, okay? I need y'all to understand that. So where folks was thinking CERCA just on here yelling, I wasn't. I really do love y'all. And because I've been on my own since I was 11 years old and I've been in too many dangerous situations to even count, and I had to depend on God to get me out of those situations, I learned a little bit of something. And I had to be aware in a way that a lot of people my age, I gotta know, I gotta feel, you said feels like I became a part of a movie I didn't audition for. You auditioned. We all did. Hello. Girl, what you just said. How you think I feel? Because a lot of it, I done seen the script already. I'm like, oh, okay, so y'all said what happened? Oh, that's not good. Dang, Dad, I thought we had more time. Listen, that part, Isabel, I'm so grateful. I'd rather know than not know. You hear me? Who would rather know than not know? I mean, it sucks to know, but it's real good to know too. You hear me? Because then at least you can prepare. If you don't know nothing, like you just out here bad, like dang, no, I don't want that. Yes, it's scary to know and think about. And you be trying to shake it out your mind, but at least you know you ain't caught off guard. You ain't out here bad. You ain't, because a lot of, listen, when I talk to my daughter today, y'all, and I'm their mama, and I've been telling them longer than I've been telling y'all. But when I tell you, when I talked to my daughter today, and she was like, Mom, did you see this? And I just looked at her and I said, Baby girl, this is the stuff Mom was talking to y'all about in 2020. Okay? Remember my post and this and that in 2020? It's this right here. The reason I used to do, and I was telling her, I said, remember when I used to do this? And I'd be like, and she'd be like, yeah. I said, yeah. You hear me? In real life. My baby was like, Mom. I said, this is what I've been talking about. All of it. So, let's go back here. Sorry, y'all. All right. It says they followed false gods and became empty. They followed the nations around them. But the Lord had told them not to act like them. How many of you have changed the way that you act? How many of y'all used to watch like Love and Hip Hop or a version of that, and you can tell that that made your attitude a lot different? Interesting. You said me and now I can't stomach it. I've been stopped. Okay. Okay. I'm just saying. You said I did, but can't watch that stuff no more. Interesting. Why you can't watch it no more? You said embarrassed. That's what I'm talking about. All of them along the lines of that. Any reality shows. You didn't really watch it. Okay, so this don't apply to you. Only when it applies. Only to the people that watched it, or that they know that it was affecting the way that they conducted themselves. You said when I watched it, I told myself this is how my life is now. I see all the spirits and it's not for me because it's irritating. It says streaming shows are next too. Okay, whatever you can. I mean, probably for all of us. You said you don't watch it anymore. Okay, foolishness. You said foolishness. It was foolishness. You said that's crazy that you said that because I was just saying, dang, they not tired of this mess. No, they're gonna keep creating chaos. You said I used to, and it would frustrate me. I don't watch them anymore. Interesting manipulation of the flesh. Yep. You said you used to watch it. Interesting. Now, I just have a question. Y'all know I'm gonna ask y'all a gazillion questions if I can. So, to those of you that did watch it, right? Are y'all gonna be honest or y'all gonna be whatever? Can we have a transparency moment? Because I'm about to see something. Can we have a transparency moment or y'all gonna be on some weird stuff? Okay. How many of you, after watching that, looked at your life and felt like you should have more? You did. You did. You said and did. And did. You said I became one in my head. Good God. Uh-oh. You said and did. Okay. And so after watching that, would it start to make you kind of look at your life with disdain a little bit? You said kind of more is in there. Are better things that I can occupy my time with until I broke my hand on a girl's face and have screws for life over it. I'm not about to keep hurting myself. Ah! Honey, I'm not about to keep hurting myself. Listen, I know all about it. No. You said I stopped because of the light they showed us in, right? You said humbled real quick, that part. Huh? So it caused you to look at the blessings that God had already given you as though it was not enough. You said, "Can I get one more chance?" It's okay. It's okay, just look. Okay? You said, "I wanted a relationship that wasn't even real." Okay. So look, so watching this, not only did it change your behavior and how you responded to people and how you conducted yourself, but it also had you to despise what God had already done for you. There's a lot of marriages that broke up because folks wanted their spouse to get the money of a person that don't even really have that money. And they wanted to buy expensive things where these people don't even have to buy them. The company gets a write off for them having it, and it's in. This is why they always redecorating their houses and stuff. That stuff be on loan. They clothes be on loan. They jewelry be on loan. All of these different things. So then uh oh. You said I thought if I had their money, I definitely wouldn't be acting like that. Interesting. You said, when I see it now, I can't believe I watched that for so long. You said, you're absolutely right. I know a lot of people who broke up because they thought their spouse was supposed to act like the people on TV. Listen, I looked up and realized I started living it. It was bad. You said it was all smoke and mirrors. They sold y'all a dream, boy. You said, I told myself I didn't want to become an android, but be a real person because of all the stuff going wrong in my life. Interesting, silly rabbit tricks are for kids. They are. Look how the devil tell you, oh, what God gave you ain't good enough. You need to have it like this. And guess what? It's a facade because they don't even have it like that. So he cheats you out of what God has already given you and then sells you something that's not real. You said, huh? You said what? Even the power that Lucifer and his brothers give to people, it's real, but it's not real. Meaning, if it weren't for God, they wouldn't even be able to do it. Because they use his name and the things that he made in order to do this magic. So the power that they get is still technically only given by God because they have to use the things that he created. And it's a false power. Because if God flick his finger, all of that is done. You said I stopped because I didn't like the way you made my spirit feel. Okay. It definitely distorts your view on the way adulthood works. Like half of it is scripted, all of it. The enemy can give you what you want, but that doesn't give you the chance to enjoy it like you're supposed to. Even change the type of people I was dating, had my standards so unrealistic. Come on. Come on. This part. He be selling you a dream. And that's why I be like, listen here, you don't gotta tell me no lie. Who remembers me saying, just tell me what it is. You don't get to make a decision on my life. Because if you keep something from me or you don't tell me the truth about something when I'm asking you, that means you plan on deceiving me. Hello. You said they were too messy, drama filled, and seemed bitter. Couldn't do it. However, I was watching Cheaters and then wondered why I was running into a lot of cheaters and liars. Listen, is that why I keep running into unalivers? Well, no, because I started running into them before I get probably woke. So with that, I need to know how crazy people work, but I get it. Because I sure be having to try to figure out how the unalivers be moving around and the stalkers. I just need to know. I just need to know how they, because they like the enemy. They come to unalive, steal, and destroy. So then I need to kind of see how they move and what they do. You said, and it was like a ritual to keep going back on the certain times and dates. Now that I think about it. They shows always come out at night, right? And now that y'all know that a lot of the producers of a lot of these reality shows be worshiping like Zeus and other gods and all of this stuff, it makes sense as to why it come on at 9 o'clock at night Eastern Standard Time. Da 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 da. When if they're energy vampires now, if that's a thing, it makes sense. You said you should watch that show, Found, then cause it. You said then 'cause it lets you know how they think. Listen, I believe it. I already know. You said Zeus Network has all the ratchet shows on there, and it makes my stomach hurt. And look at, they said all the names that they give the people like are like goddesses and gods and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, and then we know that they do rituals. All the people that are in certain places do rituals, and so you calling a spirit into you. Well, they need a body right now because they want to be on Earth. You said I found out they still play it, and I was surprised. You know what else is crazy too? They always fighting. What was the Giants always doing? If they weren't living extravagantly and having big OGs, they were at Raw. What be going on all of these sites? They live in extravagance, right? They start to live this life of extravagance and, you know, hobnobbing with the people. And then also, right, they start to do certain things where people start to idolize them and this, that, and the other. And their behavior normally gets worse. Doesn't normally get better. It normally gets worse. And then they're always fighting, hurting each other. And it ain't fighting where you don't see blood. Nah, they drawing blood, breaking folks' teeth like gladiators. And who were the gladiators? We know for a fact that the gladiators were the Giants' children, most of them. The fight to the death, and you know, that whole thing is the spirits of the fallen angels and their children, because they the ones that brought the war and the right. Mm-hmm. The Titans, right? You said, and the rating is a big thing too, right? And be having children that look like a spitting image of them and don't look like they be aging. God said we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, didn't he? We don't know what's on this planet. You said yes, I think. You said that's why I don't watch the spinoff. You said, I don't know. I can say the name. I watched BGC in high school. Uh-huh. Yeah, my kids did too. And it's garbage. And I used to be like, girls. They'd be like, Mom, I'd be like, girls. Go watch it in your rooms. I noticed in about 2005, when I would watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta or whatever it was, I think it was the Real Housewives of Atlanta then, about 2005, 2006, I think, around that time, I started noticing that every time I got off of there, like, and I wasn't in a bad space in 2005 and 2006, I started looking at my life differently. And I started being kind of disgruntled about what was going on in my life. Even though, now that I think about it, it was a good time. You hear me? I was tripping. But these are the things that I was allowing to go into my mind, right? And because this is what you're seeing all the time, right? It starts to shape and mold your value system. You said my grandpa started using their link. Your grandma started using their link. Girl, leave her alone. She was living her best life. You never know what's going to happen. So just leave it. Because that's probably how my grandkids going to feel about me. Not about using that, but they probably, my grandson probably feels that right now. You got to think, to him, I'm ancient. How old are you? That's a mini. That's a lot. That's a big, all right, granny son. Okay. You're doing a lot. That's a big number. You know? Cause 4 and 46, he probably think I'm almost dead. Right. You tell a 6-year-old you're close. Were you born in the 1900s? What? You see, it immediately puts you on a comparison posture and moves the imagination like witchcraft. It definitely does. Cause you know who you start to sound like? Mike. We gotta get this money. I gotta get this money. I need more money. We gotta get this money today. What? We gotta get this money today. Gotta get this money. You heard me? We gotta get this money. That's what you start to think. And so then sometimes it'll put you in situations where you be like, listen. And the devil be like, oh yeah? I don't care what it is. I done talked to my homeboys that's been working a job and they used to getting it. And then they be like, man, listen, I'm about to, and the nigga pull up like, hey man, you been on my mind. And they sitting there like this instantly. Huh? Talking about nigga been doing good, ain't been messing around nowhere, been trying to go on the straight and narrow. Say it out his mouth, and the nigga he ain't seen in 6 months pull up immediately like, hey bro, come here. And he like, I said, what you gonna do? You gonna go back to the devil? Cause he showed up soon as you said they better hope I don't get back in the devil say, oh, you want it? That's what you want to do? Nigga, we been waiting on you. You ready? Huh? You said you want to jump back in the streets. Oh, okay, yeah. We been waiting on you. We been watching. Yeah, we got our people looking at you, nigga. We knew you was gonna be back. What you gonna do? Bring whatever it is that kept you in bondage right back to you. You hear me? With no problems. No hesitation. Sometimes, listen, it'll show up, be looking you dead in your face, and the devil will be like, oh, okay, what you ready to do? You said it if you got the chance, or they better hope you don't. He said, I'm right here. What you gonna do? You said, yep, it's really like, I know. Listen, I speak from experience. Do you understand me? When it comes to this, oh yeah. Listen, he be waiting on you to say they better hope I don't. He be like, oh, okay, I'm going to make sure you do. I'm going to put it right in front of you so that I know for, look, no. Listen, moving on. I know what he do. He said, he be like, hey, big kid, listen. That part. Do. Hey, how you doing? You hear me? It's a real thing. Because the devil is always working. We don't be thinking he work like that, but he always working. You hear me? It ain't one day that the devil ain't thinking about how to deceive you. You hear me? It ain't one day that him and his brothers is not trying to trap you up. It is not one day. Which means he always on call. He always on schedule. If he ain't there, he don't clock out. He sure does not. Not on you, not on your kids, nobody. So you not realizing what's coming your way and understanding how, and we all are gonna fall or be deceived, not all the time. You don't have to be. Sometimes we deceive ourselves too, right? It ain't that the person deceived you. Well, they deceived you too, but you allowed yourself to be deceived because God throws warnings out here, there, and everywhere, right? So even with that, and sometimes he do hide it from you because he needs you to experience something. You hear me? You wouldn't have the knowledge if you hadn't had the experience. So I don't always look at that as a negative thing, because even no matter what, I learn something. Whether I learn what not to do or what to do, it's a win-win. You can't lose if you learn something both times. Because I either learned what not to do or I learned what to do. How you lose when you still know? You don't. It was an experience I had, and I still won because now I know what to look for, or now I know what to look forward to. There's no losing. Especially if God bring me through it. He said every day is a new chance to change, so you win daily. Come on, right? No, right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, no, I don't wanna look at it. What did I lose? I didn't lose nothing. I gained. Because whether it's teaching me about character, teaching me about myself, teaching me that I'm not over something, or you know what I'm saying? It's all, even like yesterday, you said, I'm with you when you're right. Listen, it's a real thing. I'm a win either way. And it's not about I'm gonna do whatever. No. Either way I win. Because knowledge, can't nobody take that from me. Do you hear me? You can't take that. That's something that I have, and even if I have to go brush up on it or whatever else, that's something they can't. The wisdom that God has given you, can't nobody take that away from you. Those are gifts that don't expire if you know what I'm saying? If you hold them dear to your heart, they don't go nowhere. You said right, because the phrase that don't hurt you will build you up and make you strong. Interesting. Listen, it's a real thing. All right, here we go. So it says, they followed the nations around them, but the Lord had told them not to act like them. And that's why I asked that question about what you were putting in front of your face. How did it make you conduct yourself? And it ain't like you lived in a state where these people lived, or you went to the church or grocery store. Some of you might have, but for the most part, they didn't even live where you lived at. Right? They weren't coming to your house to do those things. And yet, those things still affected where you lived, how you conducted yourself at work, and all of those different things. Yes? You actually invited it into your home. Right? Some of us paid for it if it was on a cable channel. So you paid to have the feeling of discontentment or whatever else it is. You paid. And with a lot time, which is devotion, make everybody be quiet, cook your food, can't nobody talk. Don't come in here messing with me because I'm watching my show. Do y'all realize that's devotion? If you cry, scream, yell, any of that, that is showing an emotion. You probably was waving your hands. That's still a wave. If you shouted or screamed and you ain't gave God none of those emotions all day, so you paid homage to an idol, set aside time to be devotion, to give devotion to it. You was going to talk about it with people and get all excited or either be angry because you felt like. So it's all of this time and emotion and energy devoted to some behavior God don't even like. You said, not the hand. It's a hand wave. You ain't never went to church and been like, woo. Ain't it crazy that the worship sign is almost the same way when you getting ready to throw hands? How you oh, okay, never mind. You gonna do it one way or the other. Where my ring go? It just done rolled on and it's almost the color of the grass. Oh, I mean not the grass, the carpet. Here we go. You bet not. I woulda. Ain't that the same as go ahead, Pastor? Preach it. And you still doing the same thing. Same. I'm just trying to see if you see. Hopping up out the bed, screaming. Oh, okay. Listen. Devotion. Yeah. I know, it's real, real crazy. Real crazy. How they just tricked us. You said, or even close to the pastor and him bringing back up. I never realized. Yep, you said first off, swinging at the screen. You scared Enoch. Sorry, nephew. I'm just saying, not he's not Enoch said, whoa, auntie, calm down. Don't be doing that. But do you see it? How many of you allotted out time to watch the season? Come on. How many of you was gonna space out that time, even if you had to take off? You will work extra hours here and there because you know you need to be home, get your kids settled. I mean, that's devotion. He barked and then ran out the room. Tell him I'm sorry. I didn't mean to scare you. I did not mean to scare you. But think about it. You said Granny had it all in the TVs. You said on all the TVs at once. The kids couldn't even watch TV. So when she walked into every room, she didn't miss nothing? Hilarious. You said it's like a whole ritual. It is. Listen, you said definitely thought about that concerning the meta display glasses. Listen, you said, or we will talk about it at work. He said, I'm gonna just be quiet. So do we fall under the same thing that Israel did here? He said, now that sounds like me in class on the phone and the TV. Just just in case I gotta move. Hilarious. Hilarious. It's still a trip, and y'all know how I feel about that. Y'all know how I feel about it. I be trying to listen. But do we fall under this same category of having our idols and other places? You said I'm in here crying. Listen, devotion and praise, and God says tell people how good I am, right? Jesus said tell people, about me and how I can help them, and we'll give more devotion to talking about the drama, which most of those shows have strife. That's like the reigning spirit over those. Strife, jealousy, envy. You said we do. I have to be very careful. Think about what spirits run those shows. We know there's strife. We know there's envy. We know there's jealousy, right? Pride, overindulgence, right? Lasciviousness, or lustful situations, hookups, and all of this whole stuff. So if you go through and watch that show and get your demon, not your demon, but your pigs in a parlor out, and just kind of look at it, you can kind of see what specific spirits are ruling that show. You said the 90s was bad. My dad used to stay up. Oh, you said your dad? Wait a minute. The 90s was bad. My dad used to stay up and let me watch, the late night TV shows. Come on. You said every time I got a toe in heaven, it get kicked right back out. Listen, auntie. Listen. I know the feeling. You said, yes, guilty here for being devoted to Steelers. A devoted Steelers fan. Got a competitive spirit real bad. Ooh. I forgot about the gentlemen, the sports teams and stuff. And the women, right? The sports fans. Hello. You said Hilarious. You said LA Lakers. You said, woo, child, sports is bad. I'm just saying. Okay, Auntie, you brought something out there. You said, but I see it's like all the emotions and spirits happening in the shows, right? And in the football games and basketball games and soccer games and gymnastics and all of the stuff that the children of the fallen angels used to participate in. The Olympics was from the Olympiads and the Titans and all of them. That's why they're held in arenas. You said football for me. People dress up for sport, in character and face paint. Do. And be having fights, brawls, in the stands, just like the politics and the spirit that comes out of the people. Come on. You said it's like fight to the death in the sports, right? And in politics. Mari popped that right up. And look, y'all seen what is it with Olivia Pope? Me and my daughter talked about that. I said it's crazy. She said, so who you think is Cyrus Bean? I said, well, listen, cause she said no, such and such is not Millie, whatever her name is. You said Scandal. Y'all see Scandal playing out right in front of our face? It is. Y'all don't remember when they kidnapped Olivia and then they had the president dude? Remember? And it was all a ploy to cover up because they had did something. Y'all don't remember? And Olivia thought she was in Afghanistan and she wasn't in Afghanistan. She was in a like in a big warehouse. In a storage unit type deal. Right. You said how to get away with murder was a lie too. Yeah, oh, don't type the M word, but gotcha. Gotcha. You said Little House on the Prairie for me. Hilarious. You said I'm guilty of it. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a lot in there that look real familiar to right now. A whole bunch. Yeah. A whole lot of it. And you know they did the crossover. You good. Yeah, a lot of us. I see, but amen. All of them. You said I just yes, yes. Yeah. It explains a lot, you know. And yes, it's entertainment, but it also explains a lot. A lot. You said now I gotta go watch both. I was watching them at the same time. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it teach you a lot. Yeah. Elise Keaton was something, wasn't she? That whole listen. That was one of my favorite shows. Y'all know I like mystery and who did it and why and who and when and Nelson came back and baby that yes. You said we've also been seeing Hannibal, Jeepers Creepers, Paranormal Activity, and Jurassic Park layout. You did not tell one lie right there. Ah! Y'all been seeing all the beans they been catching? Y'all niece went down, your cousin went down a rabbit hole. She said, Mom, do you know? I do. I've been trying to tell y'all we are not alone. What they say? Right? Ain't that the sign for we need help? Is this the sign? Ain't that what they be? It already do. It already do. Think about it. They listen. Everybody keeps saying that the horseman centaur that they saw was fake. Y'all don't remember they kicked everybody out of the national parks? And they're saying that's where that centaur was at. And we talked about the military bases and stuff from back in the day that was under in the national parks. We talked about all the people coming up missing in the national parks. And then they started restricting people's stuff in the national parks right now. And now somebody said they was in there. I think one of the national parks is where we saw the trees walking. Up, look like in the same area that the dang running thing was. The centaur. Think about it. And we learning all of these tunnel systems. Come on now. Now look. Now. Yeah. And beings ain't quit coming out since we've been to school. Now I know people were saying stuff before, but baby, beings ain't quit coming out since we done been doing this. As soon as we opened up some of them books up there and got to looking, seeing as how we can for a little bit. Cause we can. These. That man, you said, and the drastic temperature changes that happened there in the Middle East and everywhere else, because they said all them ice things is, this feels so good. Don't this feel, I can hold this book up here. Dragonology. I can do it. I can hold it up. Do you see? With no problem. You see, you see that? Do you see? Listen. So, you know what's crazy? It's crazy how all of this stuff right here, right? You know what I'm going to do? Just for right now, we're going to put these on and see if they work today. Because we need this. Okay, y'all sent me these. We about to try it real quick. I do like these glasses. I do. They're supposed to block this light, so we going to see, and it already feels a little bit more comfortable. Okay, look it. And we always wonder where they get this information at, right? All the time. Every day. Because how do you know this in detail? What's the white man name that's doing the Bible study stuff and he went to jail? I can't think of his name. I follow him. What's his name? And he said the Bible is only 6,000 years. I mean, the world is only 6,000 years old. I can't think of his name. He on social media too. I can't think of him, but he's like a biblical scholar person, right? Look at this. How they know this? But I saw one of his videos the other day. I think it's Steve something, and he said in the 1400s or 1500s, something like that, that one of the emperors of China had dragons pulling his chariot, and somebody, y'all seen it, and somebody asked him, why would dragons be pulling his chariot? He said because he was raising dragons to pull his chariot. I said, this dude, I like him a lot. You said exactly, like, how is it a myth if you have all this info? Right. More than one book, too. Not just one, several. There's all kind of books, you know? And then they'll tell you it's fake until it ain't. This is talking about an African. It says the one that got away at the Ngor crater in 1887. Santa has a deer playing and it pulling his sleigh. This part. Come on. Y'all hear my stomach moving around? Because I need to get some. Y'all see this? What they talking about in 18? You said there's a video of a white dragon on Instagram. Or how they posted on TikTok. Girl screen recorded. Y'all see it? And y'all know I got that book up there called The African Dinosaur. You said those little gnome fairies, dragons, everything that came out, and we got books about all of it. Do we not? Game of Thrones, all of it. Y'all see, we got books about all of it. All the beings. People told us we shouldn't be reading it, and now they're all real and snatching people and could go into people's houses on their ring cameras and stuff. Yeah. You said when I was watching Game of Thrones, I'm like, them dragons is detailed. This. You heard me? And how many people told us we don't need to be reading about it? That lady got y'all reading some. No, y'all about, the hearts is about to be dropping out y'all chests because we believe what God said. Yes, it was dragons and sword in the stone. All of that was real. You got to think. They be playing with the timelines. You hear me? They add and say it was whatever in this and that because they don't be wanting us to know the information. But, right, even the Bible says it. Exactly. The Bible talks about dragons and everything else. You go over into Africa and in Brazil and all these places, they say, yeah, the dinosaurs are still alive. People like, They like, no. And then they draw a picture of it, and it's a dang stegosaurus. It lives in the water in the middle of this and that and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. In Brazil and all kinds of, all the places where there's indigenous folks that folks are scared to go mess with them, they be knowing where all the beings is. Just like in that movie Invisible City that they told us to watch. You said use dragon bones for medicine. They do? Interesting. Right, and how you using a dragon bone if it ain't real? Right. Right. How you using something that don't, but you just like using your imagination and putting it in there? You said I seen the video of a You said a petrosaur? Interesting. You said that's when but Rika, do you remember when we saw the video of the Tyrannosaurus Rex and I said that looked like that's in Brazil and everybody was like, that's AI. I said that is not AI and that thing didn't die too long ago. Thank you. Y'all remember? Right around the time that the giants was showing up, folks was being and they was like, that's AI. I said it ain't. No. Oh, Lord, child. Oh, Lord. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. My daughter's calling me real quick. Give me 1 second. Sorry, y'all. What? They had what on Amazon? I done missed all of it. You said that's what I told my mom. You were reading the Bible, but do you believe what's in it? That part. That part. You said, let me go back. I've been missing so much. Goodness gracious. Okay. There's a stone somewhere where a dragon got petrified. They use it in medicine. And every other country got dragons depicted on their flags. They do fossil fuel, preparing my mind to see a velociraptor chewing on somebody's coyote or cat or a person. Or a person. Because somebody showed us, I think it was in Mexico or somewhere, they had the velociraptors and people was like, that's AI. I said, it's not. Even Shrek shows a talking donkey who had a dragon girlfriend, right? He said, I believe they were real, and it's possible they've been brought back. I don't think they ever went anywhere. And, okay, so let's do this. Because look. Always the black one, and I'll pick this one up anyway. Or maybe this is the right one. It's 2 something. Is it 239? No, it's the black one. Come on, give me what I'm looking for. Oh. They definitely tell the truth. If you have, that. Give me a second, y'all. Y'all know we ain't been able to bring our books out in a long time. Okay, we'll just look here. Y'all remember when we used to get to show all these pictures? Right? Do y'all remember whenever we read about the demons and how they look? It said that their hair was always wild, like a messy woman's hair. It was long and messy like this, just like wind blown, and it would be like blowing. Y'all remember most of the demons that it described when we was looking up when they was going to the different levels of heaven in the prisons and whatnot. Remember, a lot of the spirits had like hair like this, right? But disheveled, exactly, just all over, just everywhere. Okay, so we got the harpies right now. I'm trying to think of which book it is in. It's like I can see it in my mind. Oh, maybe it's in the magic. I think it is. Let's see. I think it's in this one. It's a specific thing I'm looking for. Well, they got the fairy tales here. It's one of these. I don't know if it's in a map or if it's in my map book or if it's in this. Y'all, it's like y'all remember we saw. What do this look like to you? Look at this dude got a face. Do you see this? You mean to tell me somebody just drew this and ain't never seen it before? This dude got fire coming out his mouth. Do you see the king riding on the beast? We literally read about in hell the demons pushing you. And look, weapons of atrocities. That's what's the name with the nails on it? Do y'all see this? Them look like dragons at the top to me. They flying and got like, look. What is that? And don't these look like the skinny dragons we just... The imagination is not this wild. There's wings. There's this man that got ram's horns and wings coming out of his back and like bird-like feet with some little beings there. Where is y'all getting this from? Tell me. Y'all, this was about to hang up on y'all. Give me a second. Now, y'all want to know what's crazy? Gargoyles, exactly. Who remembers when Noah and them got off the boat? He had to pray to God against Mastema because all of the spirits were unaliving his children and grandchildren. Do you remember? And a lot of the Arabic maps, they show jinn or evil spirits with wings flying down and picking people up with claw feet. We've looked at it here. I just don't know which book it's in. And I'm looking for one. I don't know if it's in our... Y'all remember we looked at this? A lot of the old Arabic and Asian writings too, like the Persians and stuff like that. If you go to the old stuff, yeah, it showed beings like swooping up and grabbing people and taking them off. Hello, don't it? So they just made that up because the Bible show be saying they flew or they were taken up on the wind. Well, how was they taken up on the wind if airplanes and all of this stuff just got here? Because it sure be saying they flew. And it said they was taken up in a whirlwind like a helicopter. Like a beam that got wings. Like a... You said there's a movie show, scary clips getting people. Uh-oh. What about Maleficent? It was a whole group of them living up in the mountains in a cave because the regular people didn't know they still existed, and they thought she thought she was the only one whole time. It was a whole... Y'all, Look, not both of these going dead at the same time. Tell me, this is the Salem witch trials. Tell me what you see at the top of there. Why she burning? What you see? What you see? Them floating on the mountains. Yep. What you see? This is the Salem witch trials and the witch trials. Tell me what you see above that witch. What is that? So they just a lot of these old depictions and okay. Power of the planets, Arabic astrology, and astral magic. You want to tell me what you see here? What's interesting on this picture? The beetle woman and the man got her. The person got wings. So in Arabic, in Persian, in African, in old Japan, and everywhere else, some beings was running around here with wings, and it was people that was bugs and had faces and all of these different things. Now they're worshipped as gods now, but y'all know we got books where people got the same thing. Oh, I think we know about this. Interesting. Somebody just posted a picture that looks very similar to this. You said Sam Hain is a ghost writer and Lilith's son. It's a picture that was posted on a government social media site that has something similar. There's a hawk, right? Or a bird, eagle, whatever. Okay. In the post, there was a stealth bomber. There was a man riding on the horse. And then there was a lady that was like flying above these men that were going into war. And she had this dress on. Did y'all see it? Just in the last couple of days. You said, what is it? Girl, don't do that. What you trying to say? Is you trying to say something, Daddy? I just pulled this book out now. You trying to scare me? The heck? Yeah, yo, Queen of Hearts or the SHD. They put something similar to this. Don't do that. Please. Now we got birds walking around with men and whatnot. But go look at the pictures. It's very similar, but this, I mean, they not on the ground. So, girl, scare me and stuff. Now listen. Mm. It say this nigga called up the spirits. Do y'all see who's sitting there and how big them people is? Y'all see how big them people is compared to him? They got wings, and they say he called up the spirits. Y'all see it? It says Ossian conjures up spirits. It's a bard of Irish myth who was said to have visited Tirnanog. Og, Tirnanog, or Tirnanog. That's interesting. What? Y'all, when I tell y'all all of my family is calling me simultaneously, and I call her back. That is crazy how everybody is just calling me. Oh. It means land. Interesting. The land of Og? What? Is that where they get terrain? So whoever that man was traveled to the land of Og? Oh, so he went to Beishan. That was the Asian man. Wait a minute. How do I get back there? Wait a minute. Okay, but wait. Real quick before we go back there. See, this is why I love our class. What y'all see right here? Tell me what you see. Do you see normal sized people on an elephant and people that are not normal size? And then what is this? What is that? I'm going to tell you. You want to know what's so crazy? Look at this. What's the first human hybrid they made in 2019? They told us. Because them people was as big as the elephant or bigger, if you didn't see that. Y'all remember when we looked at the article recently? We just talked about it in class. Y'all remember? It was a pig. It was a pig-human hybrid. Girl, that looked like a pig. It's a pig, sister, I think. I think they're pigs. Or rats. But I think they're pigs. They look like rats or pigs. But didn't they say a pig is a rat and something else mixed together? Ain't that what they said? Pigs is like a rat and something mixed together, right? Ain't that what they said? Or am I tripping? They're supposed to be like a hybrid of two animals. It's like a rat and something. I feel like my cousin who was Muslim talked about it when they were talking about gene splicing with the pigs. There's like a rat and something. I don't know. You said interesting they use pig parts for a lot of replacement surgeries. Yeah. You said like your guinea pigs, right? You said the Lion King and Pumbaa, right? That kind of, because that is a pig. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to it. Okay. Dang, did I not go get my charger? I didn't. I'm about to hang up on y'all, but you said I remember they wanted to use pig pancreas for my diabetes. Exactly. Exactly. Ain't no telling what we about to see. That's crazy. We can actually hold books up again. That feels so good. We can actually hold books up here. It is great. It is amazing. I told you, they do. It feels. Don't it feel good to be able to hold the books back up, and now we can actually like go through our books and stuff. We've been you had to do it real fast. I had to kind of be mean and say no, I can't hold it up again, which I want to, right? I want to, but I can't because they'll be trying to get us out of here. What you gonna do if you see either one of these? What you gonna do? Think like Adam? What you gonna do if they just start walking past you? Like, hey, how you doing? What? I should have told. Oh, there it go. See it down there at the bottom? You said I need to learn how to talk to animals. This part. See it? Down there at the bottom. And then he called up all the spirits. He called up the spirits of the giants, who we know are the demons and the gods of this world. You said we got power to walk on them. That's what God said. We do. What are you rebuking? What are you rebuking? What are y'all rebuking? Huh? I know she knows I was trying to tell her humans with wings on them since she can pull blocks out. What is rebuking it gonna do? Are y'all talking about the beings that God said is about to come out the earth? I shouldn't say what is rebuking it gonna do. Y'all. If you see a horseman riding past you, you probably gonna pass the hell out now or run. Stop it. You was not about to say I rebuke you and you gonna run. You gonna hide. You gonna do if you in your car and all of a sudden you hear something, nigga, and you see a man on a horse gallivanting behind you, but you don't see no legs, but the legs on the horse. Nigga, you was about to gun it. Y'all gonna stop with that. Don't do that. Nigga, I'm about to floor this car. I'm about to burn the engine and the transmission and this good old, what do you mean? What? You're gonna rebuke it? Okay. Well, good to know. You said, shoot, I don't listen. You said revert right. My mouth gonna be open. Just front right. What? Y'all are funny. Nigga, I'm gon' nigga. Tires will be, listen, I'm about to tear the whole suspension off there. Nigga, listen, riding through the brush and everything. What? Nigga, it you know how the car go over the thing and then it just fall and it be the smoke be coming up and then the hood just fly up and then the windows be broken. You just be sitting there like this, like, what? You said, nigga, which way is you running? Because I just don't want to run into you trying to get away. Right. Listen here. What? I'm about to listen. You said, listen. My kids say I drive 45, but that day I'll be fast. I'm trying to tell you, nigga, if it's 20 of them, did y'all see them? We already talked about this, about how we looked up the biggest horses, and we know that the angels was gonna take the best of whatever God had. So we looked up the biggest horses. Y'all remember? And how tall they is, how much they weigh, and then they mixed that with a big tall mandingo, nigga. Baby, that thing could have easily been 8 or 9 feet tall, nigga. And it's no. And it weighed 3,200 pounds. It'll run over your car and smash you. That's probably more body mass than a moose or something. And they training in swords and shields and no. Listen, baby, I don't see when I be telling y'all be scaring me. That's the stuff I be thinking about. Nigga, this is real life. Like, what? Okay. Auntie told us about the lion-headed men of Moab. What you gonna do if a nigga with a real whole lion head, it is not a mask, it is a working, and he yelling, his body is human, but he got the whole, and this up, it's all lion for real. A real Thundercat. What is you gonna do? I'm talking about real lion mouth. Y'all know how big a lion head is? Listen, that's a stampede. Exactly. And they about to trample over our little car. Listen, you said about as effective as rebuking a moose. This part you said, listen, I'm just saying, I'm not saying don't rebuke it, but I'm saying like, in real life, what you gonna do though? You said it's some real person yeah. Like that Minotaur that was chasing them that threw their car. What? That thing was huge. He picked up the car and threw it like a Lego. And was you just go, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. I rebuke that. Jesus told them you don't need a sword while you with me. But when I leave, pick up your sword. The Witcher, right. Didn't he? He said, well, I'm with y'all. Y'all need no sword. He said, but I'm about to go away. Who got swords in between y'all? Because you gonna need it. Hard stop the long. Listen, y'all. Okay. What does it mean when what has been hidden in and under the earth comes out? What does that mean? Well, you would think you would want to know what could have been here before. Folks don't be running. You said when they supposed to, I don't believe them. Listen, I'm going to run. It might hit me for a minute, like, what the? But, yeah, I'm out of here. I'm running. This is why I've been asking God to prepare my mind. What are you going to do? Come on. I'm hiding. I'm doing something. Baby, listen. I done had too many dreams about running and hiding from monsters. They gonna be too scared? I don't know. Some people might not do nothing. I'm gonna have to try to take my chances. I'm not. Because I didn't have them in my dreams and been running and having to go. And yeah, no. That's why I've been asking God to prepare my mind, but So I'm just supposed to let you trample me? I gotta live to go tell somebody. Legs gonna be like Jello as I'm hollering. Listen, I'm trying to tell you, I'm okay. Okay, so maybe it ain't a big monster. What you gonna do if you see these walking down the aisle? I mean, you hear some commotion and go look out your window and this is what you see. Not this one, y'all. Hold on. These. What you gonna do? These people. And they walking like, man, it's been so long since I've been around here, man. I'm so happy. What you gonna do? These guys. He got a pot on his back with something in it. What you gonna do if you see them? You said straight boo boo on myself. They didn't like all the skeletons that got up. They got their little stick with their little thing on. Wait a minute. They done came up out of the crevices of the. Hold on. And this skeleton's walking down the street talking to each other. Nigga talking about, come on, nigga, it's been about 9,000 years since we've been around here. So which house you gonna take? Where you going? Bones crickety cracking down the street. What you gonna do? He said, we talked about real life zombies. I'm not ready. Right. And it is gonna be a thing. He said, I'm clearing like Brad Pitt in World War Z. He said, I'm not becoming their human stew. No, not today, sorry. He said, piddle. Auntie said, piddle and shittle on myself. Hilarious. That is funny. Listen, you said, what was here before the flood? Exactly. Ooh. You said my baby woke from a bad dream last night. She said animatronics started attacking the people, and she went to sleep after we prayed and anointed her, and she woke up again in the same dream. And if you think about it, demons walk like animatronics. Demons walk. Right? They walk like, or when they be walking, it be like a machine. Makes sense? Makes sense. Think about how when they be crawling on the walls on the side of the thing and how it's not human movement. Right. You said thriller and bow leg. That part, exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. These babies are seeing in the spirit, though. Y'all know that, right? These babies are seeing in the spirit. Because think about it. The 9/10 of the demons is about to be released. So is that not going along with exactly what that baby dreamed about? You said, isn't that the movie Five Nights at Freddy about animatronics? I don't know. I haven't seen it. You said, be crawling all fast like a big spider. Right. Edgar in his skin. Exactly. You said, my baby is 2 and she be screaming in her sleep. I pray over her. That part. Think about it. The 9/10 of the demons that was locked up right after the flood get to get released for this war that's about to happen. Because the angels, some of the angels are going to be here fighting already before God comes with his heavenly complete armies, but there are going to be angels fighting in these rows that's happening right now. And so then the enemy and his, I mean, we seen it on whatever that movie was, where them, it wasn't a rock, whatever that dude was, he was fighting against them dog warrior things that came out with the Persian, like, monsters, whatever they was. You said I'm gonna have to watch it and see. Oh, interesting. You said my grandbaby said fire is coming. Are they lying? No. No, they're not. They're not at all. They are telling the truth. My grandson, don't do that. My grandson, who was autistic, drew a picture of heaven and hell in a circle which held black dots, had black dots. He said they were portals. He had 12 dots in groups of 3. Interesting. Interesting. Now, what's real crazy about that? Now, that's different. Right. You remember the 12 and the divine 12, the family of the divine 12 in mythology? We know that was Joshua and him, not Joshua, Jacob and his sons. But we also know that for everything that God did, Lucifer had the exact opposite. And there are entities that have been held since ancient times that are about to be released, not just the ones under the Euphrates, but other entities that are going to fight in this war that is happening spiritually. Baby doll heads with spider bodies. Exactly. But if you look into it though, a lot of our books, y'all, that have the monsters and stuff in them, they show us. And these folks, I mean, even in the cave, like when people go in and they find the cave drawings that they said was from a long time ago, right? Y'all hear that? That's interesting. What kind of plane was that? That was loud as heck. He said I still have to talk to him about it. My daughter just showed me the picture. Interesting. Real crazy. That was super loud. Almost like whatever just flew over us was vibrating the building almost. That's interesting. Okay. Y'all, I'm probably about to go make me something to eat or get something to eat, and then I can come back on here in a little bit. Because we didn't been on here for 237 minutes. And I got up and got ready. So we can finish this, what I wanted to finish reading. Y'all been hearing that? That was loud. You know how when you go through the car wash, when the dryers is blowing on your car, you know how it be like kind of moving the car like this, you can see everything vibrating, but that sound, that's exactly what it just felt like with whatever was flying over here. The plane was very low. That's interesting. But I don't be hearing them normally like that. That's interesting. Right. That's the exact feeling that it was just. That's why I was like, what is that? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I love y'all. I'm about to let y'all go. I'm about to go and find me some vittles and whatever that might be. And then I will try to get back on here with y'all. Is that okay? Yeah. That's real crazy. I love y'all. It was real loud. Yeah, we can finish this in a little bit. Give me about an hour or two if y'all want to. Because we went somewhere else and it was some other stuff we needed to get to. But that's how our classes be. I love y'all.